Nikhil.
Audio check. Live stream audio check. 3. Check. No. Yes. Can you guys hear me on live? Yes. No. லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமே பார்க்க போகிறோம். அந்த 4 நபர்களுக்கு ஆடியோ கேட்குதா? உண்மையாக சொன்னேன். Right? Can you hear me on the live stream? Yes. All right. So that's a good cue, and we should be rolling right now. So guys, welcome. How's your energy today? Energy is good, bad, ugly, sad? When, bro? Very. All right. Lovely. How many of you guys, just a bit of questions here that I need to check out first. Is everyone okay with English or Tamil? English, right? So we have non-Tamil speakers here as well. So we stick with English. So I'll switch to Tamil for a bit, but don't worry, I will convert it back again when I speak to you guys again. All right. So most of you guys are first-time reactors here. So you've come to Chennai React for the first time. Amazing. You come on a Saturday. It may either be the best decision you've done, or else you could have slapped it in, which is questionable after this, you'll know. But how is the energy? Because if you are bored, if you keep silent, if you're not able to communicate, this is going to be a very boring session. We've done this tons of times. This is our 12th meetup. We've done this thousands of times. And often when the entire room is silent, it's not much fun. It's very boring. Even the backbenchers usually are silent. So how is everyone doing? Happy? Saturday, you're all good. I like the energy. All right. I can't hear people at the back. Are you awake? I can tell exactly who are telling me yes. Those 3 girls there, somebody's telling yes. Apart from them, there's a guy there telling yes. That's about it. All right. We have a huge bunch of crowd coming in. Let's, if we have seats next to each other, spulge in. Let's see how much we can fit today. All right. Okay. So again, last time, energy, high, low. Hi, I'm going to ban this first few rows because they are actually energetic. We're going to go for the last 2 rows. This set of rows. How's the energy? Hearing 1 high, low, binary answers. Unfortunately, developers, we prefer binary answers. Yes or no, ones or zeros. Yes? Not yes or no, it's 1. It's lovely. All right. So, yes, sir, I am not sir category, unfortunately. Not gone to that level yet. No white hair yet, but yes. Right. So my name is Nitin Rambo Kamlesh. This is my gaming name. So you might have seen me here if you are coming back for the next edition of React. If you are in React India, you would have met me. I will be your host and I will be your guide for the day to run the entire show. So are you guys excited? Final ask. Yes, no? Yes. Finally, that's a beautiful answer I'm getting. All right. So a round of applause to everyone who's here for the first time of React. You guys actually made it on a Saturday, which is an applaudable thing. Believe me, these networking sessions, since most of you guys are from a college crowd, these networking sessions help you understand the market conditions right now, helps you connect with better people, understand what you're learning, makes you a better developer. These small steps you're taking in your free time shape your career in a very beautiful manner. Don't take my word. You have, I think you have hundreds of people here. Ask each and every one, and you will know the reality. So before we go further, screen. Right. So these 2 QR codes. If you do not scan them, just take a picture and keep it in your phone right now, because later it may be useful. If you want to hear our announcements in WhatsApp, if WhatsApp is your most communicative medium, the picture for WhatsApp is that one, the QR. And if you guys want to join our other channels, this is our QR. I know that you guys don't like spam, so just take a picture, may be useful, may go to the dumpster. It's all your call, right? So, right. First up, this is our 12th meetup. So I'm going to skip this part and straight jump to the code of conduct. So the code of conduct is very important for this event. Either we can do this two ways. One way is how you accept terms and conditions of most of the applications. Scroll down and click yes. Or else I can give you the short version. Which one do you want? So you don't want to scroll down and just click yes. Huh? Full discharge. Wait, what? Yeah, I'll give you the short version. All right. So you guys sure you want the short version? All right. If you want to scan it for the long version, I'll give you the short version. This is a PG friendly event, so make sure everything is PG. Respect everyone, treat everyone equally. There is no gender bias. There is no religion bias here. Make it clean, make it friendly, make it happy. At the end, we are all developers. We are brothers, sisters, and friends and family. So make sure you guys are friendly with each and every one of you here. In case something disturbs you, somebody has done something, do not worry. We have n number of volunteers wearing our jerseys at the back. We have Nikhil, Surya, and the speakers also are here to support you. Reach out to any of them if you encounter anything in the event at the urgency, or else if you have any feedback on how things should have been dealt with in some unfortunate situation, please scan that QR code. You will have Nikhil's mail ID. You can mail it to Nikhil directly. He will deal with the situations as an impromptu basis. All right. So if that is, everyone just take a picture of this if you need it. If not, dumpster as is. Right. So the important part of this today, all the timings you see here is railway timing. This is not flight timings. These are railway timings. So stick with that. So the event's supposed to start at 2:30. What time did we start? இன்னும் ஆரம்பிக்கல நான் this is not the start is when Gayathri starts speaking. She's sitting there. I mean, she's getting ready. So it's gonna start soon, and once that is done, Gayathri is gonna start with her topic, which is practical use. I mean, sorry, that is all, guys. Wait, did we? All right, so we swapped the speakers because this speaker number 2, which is Mastra AI, Gayathri is going to be speaking first, and then you're going to be having Harshit, who's going to be talking about practical use of AI, and then we're going to have talk number 3, and we may be switching the break here and then going for the next one. All of these will mix and match based on your energy. Okay, nothing. I mean, some of it is fixed because we're going to time box it, but there are variables like the breaks, which we'll take on an impromptu basis where we see fit if you guys want to break urgently or not. And next, right. So since we have a lot of people returning, I mean, a lot of people new here, since there's a crowd at the back as well, how many of you guys are coming back to React India for I mean, more than one event? Raise your hands. Awesome. A huge shout out to you guys. Because of your participation, we have now grown to a family of 8,000, and we have done over 11 events, which this is the 12th event that we're doing, and our community is growing stronger day by day. And if you've taken the photo of the first slide, you can join the community, you can be a part of the visionaries. So this, I'm going to keep this short. I'm just going to hand this over to Nikhil and Surya. If they're going to be sharing their story about how React Chennai was made, how an idea, a talk was. You don't want to do it? You don't want to? A quick one. Let's do it.
It's already late, so probably we can start. So yeah, as he mentioned, we started this a year back. 2024 Feb is where we started, and yeah, it's been over a year and it's been really going good. And this is the 12th meetup. So yeah, without further time, I think we can start. Yeah, and one more thing probably. Yeah.
And thanks everyone for coming to this event. Thanks guys. We'll get started quickly.
இருக்க மாட்டீங்களா சாயங்காலம் இப்பயே சொல்றீங்க okay so important things so this is for a giveaway that's going to happen today itself. So what you're going to do, I mean not today, I mean it's going to be happening in the window. You're going to be having a standee there which says Chennai React. You just crossed it. Make sure you take a picture, post it on LinkedIn, use the 2 hashtags and tag the Chennai React page, Chennai React. There may be duplicate pages. Take a picture of this, find the right page. That's the exact URL you'd like to tag. And once you tag that, it'll index to us, and then we'll figure out who's the winner based on the amount of reach and what you've written right now. And a huge shout out to our sponsors, ImageKit. ImageKit, how many of you guys have ever heard of these guys? So usually when React, I mean, when you're developing stuff, you always have problems with CDN, images loading, videos loading, and delivery is always delayed. So with ImageKit, these are optimized, and they've done a system where you have faster delivery of images, videos, and software. And this is their URL itself, so you guys can take a look at them. A huge shout out to ImageKit. You guys did amazing. And of course, UniQ. These guys have been supporting us for the second time in a row. They have been supporting a lot of communities in Chennai. and we're going to see more events here as well. It's our second event back here. A huge shout out to Uniqlo. You guys have done amazing. So, first up, Gayathri, ready? Huh? All right, so Gayathri is going to be talking Mastra AI. And Gayathri, if you're ready, we can jump right into it. And I think she is ready. Any questions right now, chat? No? Chat na Gen Z ஒரு ரொம்ப இது ஸ்ட்ரீம் பண்றதுல right, so last bit of announcements. Washrooms outside to the end, take a left. Water is at the back. This is we're all adults here, so if it's boring, if it's good, if it's bad, whatever it is, take a break. You want to take a chiller, go ahead, lobby around, have fun, come back, and then we'll lobby around here as well. All right, so Gayathri, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rambo. That was a big, long, lengthy talk. I was actually off away slept. So, how are you, everyone? Good. Good. I hear that, people are traveling from 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers to just attend this event. I'm so happy. I mean, this actually made my day because I am coming from Bangalore and I am seeing attendees coming from different places. That actually gives me more energy to do more. So before, moving ahead, I just want to introduce someone whom I call as my tech buddy. So this is my tech buddy. His name is Buju. Everyone say hi to Buju. Once more. Okay, thank you so much. So before I move ahead with Mastra AI and LangChain.js, I just want to know how many of you here are already ML engineer or AI engineers? Okay. And who is into front-end, more front-end stuff? Okay. So how many of you like or love Next.js, React.js? You have worked with it already? Okay, great. That's cool. So before I jump into Mastra AI, I just want to give a quick understanding of the evolution of LLMs. To do that, I need 3 volunteers. The 3 volunteers, you will be standing with me. You won't be talking anything. You will be just standing with me, holding a sheet of paper. I need 3 volunteers. Come on. Come. Come, please. Okay, just say your name. You can introduce yourself to the audience. Okay, one by one.
My name is Muhammad Sadiq. I'm a senior software engineer in Big Think Code.
Hi, I'm Lakshya. I'm a DevOps engineer at Random Walk.
Hi, my name is Vishal. I'm a junior software engineer at Full Creative.
So guys, first of all, give them a round of applause for joining. Thank you so much. So what I'm gonna do is, you guys are gonna forget about your name right now. Okay, I'm gonna give a sheet of paper. So you are called as LLM. Okay, you are called as LLM plus tools, and you are called as LLM plus MCP. Just hold it. So let's say LLM came 4-5 years ago with huge famous stuff with lots of frameworks and libraries. Right now, what you guys will be doing with it? Building agents, building more tools, right? But what if I tell you it was there very long back, but we are not aware about it, and we didn't spend so much time to explore about it. We miss so many chances to save some time and do lots of amazing stuff very long back. So right now, instead of losing that energy, I'm gonna tell you the evolution of LLM, and from here where you can take after attending this session, Each and every one of you, I want you to go home and explore everything. So meet LLM. So when LLM first came, LLM's capability was to predict the text. Whenever you are interacting with the LLM, it has the capability to predict the text, what's gonna come next. When a user types anything, it can predict what's gonna come next. So only with that, do you think LLM is powerful? Only with that, do you think LLM is powerful with predictions? Yes, but developer like us felt we can make it bit more powerful, right? When it can predict a text, why can't I connect it with internet? I want to give access to my LLM to access the internet. When I gave access to the internet, like searching, accessing some tools, that's how perplexity actually born. That is the story of the powerful tool. So there are multiple tools when it comes to AI agents and other things. But LLM has a certain way of communicating with those tools, right? Like let's say I am from Tamil Nadu, I can speak Tamil and English. When I go to Bangalore, the situation is pretty different for me. I do struggle a lot. Like that, the LLMs also struggle a lot when you connect it with lots and lots of tools. Because every tool has its own API configuration, its own language, which requires lots and lots of code, lots and lots of configuration to maintain it. We are not going to done with just 3-4 tools integration. We may need bunch of tools to make a complete agent out of it, to make a complete service out of it. To do that, that's when developers even made it more crazy, which is called MCP. So MCP acts as a transformer for these tools, which helps LLM to perform the same operation without any hassles. So that's how the evolution of LLM actually happened. And today we are here. By looking at this, don't you think it is one of the modern baby, which is called as AI agent, right? So this modern baby, I want every one of you to go home and give birth to this modern baby by using Mastra AI. And before moving ahead, thank you so much for joining. I made you to stay for little 2 minutes extra. So to understand why Mastra AI is better than LangChain.js, first you need to know what is LangChain.js, right? So how many of you worked with LangChain before? Okay. So was it very interesting? Was it very easy to do the integrations? Okay. So LangChain is basically LangChain has multiple other framework and libraries, but today we are going to mainly focus on the LangChain.js part. So it's a JavaScript library which helps developers like us to build the AI agent, chatbots and LLMs. But here what comes the very tricky part. When first of all AI term came, we all were quite shocked. We were first hearing, okay, what is this agent? And what is this RAG? And what is this other thing? These are the new AI terms we were aware of. But when it comes to LangChain, there are multiple other integrations which needs developer to put more effort than rather than doing the coding. Developer ended up spending more time on configuring the project than actually doing the project, which is ideally waste of time. That is one problem with LangChain. And apart from that, LangChain's learning curve is very steep. It's once you start it, let's say for example, you are asking me some question, I am the LLM, I am processing it, there is a chain of process, and I'm processing it, again one chain of process, and then the result comes. The chain of process is a steep learning curve, which is another disadvantage to do any simplest AI agent's task. But this is not something built for simplest thing, right? Thing that none of the other tools can do. That's when LangChain comes in. But as a developer, let's say as a front-end developer, I want to do something very quick. I just want to build a weather agent. I just want to build a chef agent. I just want to build maybe a podcast agent. to do certain things, I don't need to spend tons and tons of hours doing the configuration for LangChain and then setting up the server. Next. So these are like little technical, which I'm gonna dive in. Chains, what are chains in LangChain? It has the name chain, right? So chains are like pipelines, like I mentioned. Whenever user enters an input, it's gonna replace it, and it's gonna search on Google, it's gonna summarize it, and it's gonna respond. It may look very easy here when we see it, but behind the process, it's not that easy. The structure how it actually happening was little complex. And LangChain not only as this chain process, it will let you to create multiple chains to connect and to give you the exact result that you're looking for. But in this, there is one disadvantage. So whenever you configure a simple task also, you need to explain it what exactly you're doing. It's like wasting a developer time. That's why I mentioned it there. It's like making a sandwich and having to explain how to spread peanut butter on bread line by line. You will feel something like that when you're trying to configure it. And there are lots of tools along with LangChain, which gives access to search an API, read a PDF file, and call any public API that is available and do the calculation, anything. But to give a quick view about this all technical terms, imagine you have a smart friend, but your friend does not have access to internet. Your friend does not have access to calculators. Your friend does not have access to any tools. Do you really call your friend a smart friend? And your friend has a problem, your friend will forget everything what happened in the past. Your friend is not a smart friend anymore, right? Like nothing is there, it's just like statue. So that's how when you start any project with LangChain, that's how it feels actually. You have to do the configuration to act smart. So steep learning curve, we already talked about it. Whenever it comes to creating chains, setting up the prompts, setting the rules, and creating a server to store everything in the memory and giving a proper instruction to the agent, it's not pretty easy. All these things has to be done in a certain way, then only you'll be able to complete even a very, very simple agent. You guys can read it in the down, you can laugh. You are trying to build a pizza bot, but your instruction are signed up for the Iron Man suit. So why it is not beginner friendly? What do I actually mean by beginner friendly? What is beginner friendly, right? So let's say you guys are going to Next.js documentation, you are seeing the instruction, everything, how to set up the development configuration and how to install, how to add any other third-party library, you are doing it. It's very simple. But when it comes to LangChain, the documentation are very beautiful. It's not any problem, but you have to do unnecessary additional steps which can be avoided, which can be pre-configured. The pre-configured, the boilerplate files are already heavy in LangChain. Adding these additional steps, it's making it even more complex to do the simpler task. That's why it is not developer friendly. Apart from that, LangChain not only have a configuration issue, also it needs a server setup, which is kind of weird. When I was trying it out for the very first time, I have faced so many errors that I am not even aware of. I'm a front-end engineer, so when I try to do anything with the LangChain, it's not easy for me. It's not front-end developer friendly. It is somehow designed. I need to understand the backend stuff also and other things also to do it without any hassle. And one more funny thing. So LangChain gives you a Formula 1 engine, but most of the developers just want a scooty to get to the store. So it's there is a supermarket, you want to go there, you can go by scooty. You don't need a Formula 1 engine, right? Engine car to go there. So LangChain configurations are like Formula 1 engine car. So which is simply waste of time. Instead, I just take my scooty, go and get it. So that's how Mastra AI is gonna help us. What is Mastra AI? Mastra AI is a TypeScript agentic framework which will let you to create any agent, any tools that you want to tweak and build any service out of it. It is released in last year only. How many of you are huge fan of Gatsby? Have you ever tried Gatsby? No, okay. So when React came, that time when React was going very viral, right? Everyone was like, hey, please study React. If you know React, you will get an internship, you will get a placement back in those days. I'm talking about 2018 and 17. So that time, Gatsby was also there. So Gatsby is like, how to say, if any of you worked on WordPress or Magento, it is something similar like that. There will be lots of plugins. For any tool or any UI model you want, there will be always a plugin for it. So Gatsby was built by a set of engineers. Those are the same engineers who built Mastra AI also. So why I'm talking about Gatsby is one of the developer-friendly library or framework. Unfortunately, it's not famous anymore because it didn't match the latest trends and latest tools. But those are the same engineers and developers who built this Mastra AI. When it comes to Mastra AI, you don't need any configuration to start it. You don't need to set up your server. You don't need to set up your anything additional thing to access your OpenAI or to access your Anthropic, nothing. You can just start it. And to mention any kind of description, what your AI is going to do, you can just write a callback. Very simple callback. In the callback, there are certain properties which you need to pass and it's gonna do the job for you. And think of Mastra AI as React plus Next.js. So when React came, ideally, everyone loved it, right? Now we all are using Next.js. We are not using React anymore because Next.js is even more powerful. So think of Mastra AI is something like that. Mastra AI is more powerful to build any agentic AI tools. So next, before I jump into what actually Mastra AI does, let's see what are the problem it's solving. Problem number 1, too many moving parts in LangChain. Like I mentioned before, the AI terms used in LangChain were literally lots of things were unnecessary and which are actually completely removed when it comes to Mastra AI. So Mastra AI just lets you to write the function and just create the AI agent. You no more need to waste your time on setting the entire configurations. You no more need to waste your time on debugging the errors by just pulling your hair every time, which ideally happened to me. And the second one is complex tool configurations. There is one thing I really want to talk about, the agent executor setup, tool input output parsing, tool wrappers. What are these? Do we really need to know about it? When my job is to just create a simple agentic tool, which I'm gonna ask few questions and interact with it. We don't really need it. That's when Mastra solution comes, where you can just directly write a simpler function, very, very simpler function. You can mention that function, what is the specific model it's gonna use? Is it gonna use OpenAI models? Is it gonna use Anthropic model? Is it gonna use any Llama models? You can just mention it. Along with that, you can integrate any AI SDK. That is one of the additional power in Mastra AI. If your entire agentic tool is focused on any one particular open source AI, you can just integrate that SDK and build complete service out of it. So again, the quote here is, in LangChain, you spend most of your time configuring your tools, whereas in Mastra, you just code. When you're working with Mastra, you can actually become a developer than being someone doing only the configuration stuff. Next, the third issue, which is solved by Mastra solution. Memory context routing is odd. What does it mean? So when it comes to memory, you need to set up a database, right, in your local machine. You need to do everything. When you're interacting with the AI agent, where it will store all the data and information, it needs to store somewhere. You cannot store it in your browser. Your browser cannot handle it. So you need to set up a separate DB. You need to configure everything, and you need to give access to it, the connection. It is not very simple. And managing the intermediate step. What are those? The intermediate step, which actually you give access to internet, giving access to tools, that is also not easy. So you have to specifically do the integration step one by one for every tools. And writing a custom logic. I hate writing custom logic because custom logic, it's like when already there are lots and lots of pre-built hooks, pre-available functions. Why do we have to write a custom logic? We can just copy paste it, just change it and use it, right? That's where Mastra solution comes. So Mastra AI actually gives you lots of AI pipelines. Not only that, it gives lots of predefined hooks. If you guys after this session go and check the Mastra AI documentation, you will get amazed by the hooks which are already available, which lets you to not to write custom logic anymore. You can just import the hooks, you can just play with it. So now Mastra lets you to focus on what your AI should do, not how to wire its brain. Why front-end devs, beginners love Mastra? So I am a front-end developer. I'm an experienced developer. So I have asked one of the beginner front-end developer to try out Mastra. Their opinion was that within 20 seconds, they created one agent. Within 20 seconds, do you believe it? And can you do the same thing with LangChain? Like within 20 seconds, is it possible for you to build an AI agent? Yeah, it's gonna happen in the demo. So why front-end developers loves Mastra? It's because it feels like completely React or Next.js. Obviously, it is a TypeScript agentic framework. It is very simple, very structured. And there are lots of built-in development servers which you can use to build your agent. There are multiple servers inside Mastra. And apart from that, their documentation is very clear, clean, which is always updated to give a better developer experience. So Mastra speaks developer, whereas LangChain speaks framework. So when you have to use LangChain, when you have to use Mastra, when your AI tool is gonna perform a very heavy operations, for example, you are building a tool something like Copilot, you are building something like Cursor, you are building something like something that's gonna handle the entire application. That's when you go to LangChain. Whereas you're building some tool which is going to give you just information and compare existing information and maybe predict something, that's where you're going to use Mastra. So Mastra is mainly designed to ease the practice of creating AI tools which does not require too many heavy operations. So now I'm gonna go for the demo part. I'm gonna show you how easily you can create an AI agent. Maybe it will take hardly 1 minute for me if the internet is good. Is it visible, guys? So what shall I name? So I'll just name it as Buju maybe, my tech buddy. So let it do the installation process. In the meantime, so how many of you think that in future like more AI agents will come and we won't be doing software development anymore, and we may like kind of struggle with AI agents and the upcoming things? Does everyone has that fear, or it's like no, I'm gonna do great? Yes. Yeah, tell it.
No, it will make our job to very easy, right? Yeah, that's what I think.
Yes, you are 100% correct. So right now, what is happening? Yeah. So what's happening actually? Can you guys see it just created a local server for itself? Did we configure any server in this process? We just given the project name. We just like told it like, take the, set up the OpenAI as a pre-built model. That's it, right? So now let me go to this local host. So our weather agent app is ready actually. So can you see all the other things Mastra provides? If you wanna tweak the flow, go ahead, do something here. If you wanna add more tools, you can add it here. If you wanna do something with your MCP server, you can do that also. If you wanna like tweak the workflow, that is also available. So basically, this is what I was saying as developer friendly. With this, you can create the AI agent tool within like this. So did we take hardly 1 minute? Hardly 1 minute. So let's interact with it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paste my OpenAI key. So I'm gonna just stop sharing the screen right now. Is it still visible? What is this, guys? Yeah. Thank you. ఒరే నిమిషం. Okay, we are back. So right now, within just 1 minute, I just created a beautiful, agentic AI tool. You can tweak it. You can give it lots of instruction. You can train it. You can do whatever you want with it. You can set up anything you want. But the only thing is that you don't need to waste lots of your time on configurations. Everything is already pre-built. The pre-hooks are available with Mastra, which you will be just importing. It's not just that. Mastra has its own core memory. Mastra has its own core integration tools and SDK tools, which will let you to create the server configuration, even made very easy, because the predefined server configuration does not require much of your attention. But when you're going to do a very heavy operations, obviously you have to do it. But for that also, they have lots of predefined hooks, which will be using it. So let me just ask it, what's the weather? Any preference of city? No, Chennai, we know it's hot. Huh? Coimbatore. Okay. So actually our AI agent is working fine. It's responding back to us. So that's all about Mastra AI today. How easily you can build an AI agent using it. And I'm not saying you have to ditch LangChain. No, LangChain is an amazing framework. But when it comes to the configuration part, obviously you're gonna hate it. When you want to build like small agents, like you might have seen Zapier, you might have seen like other tools. When you're going to build such small AI tools, Mastra AI is gonna be a game changer, which is gonna save lots and lots of developers' time, and it's not gonna give you any pain in debugging process. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Thank you so much. So let me go there. Let me go there. So if you go to the Mastra's repository, they have lots and lots of tweaked workflow. You can actually see their notebook LLM clone also, and you can actually see their Discord server clone also. They have created so many agentic workflow. It's not only that, you can clone it, you can play with it, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can actually check it later. So yeah, that's all about Master AI. And if you have any doubts with Master AI, if you want to know more about it, how it is better than LangChain and how the MCP server inside Master AI actually works, you can reach out to me. It's Gayathri the dev. That is the ID for most of my platform. You can just give me a text or just write me a mail also. Suppose if you guys are looking for any mentorship also, I'm there on TopMate. I'm doing lots of a free mentorship program for especially freshers and students. You can utilize that one also. About me, nothing interesting. I am from Anna University CEG campus. Right now I'm working at NTUC first campus and I live in Bangalore. And that's all. So before I leave the stage, I want to thank Chennai React.js team who gave me an opportunity to talk about Master AI. I think I was an attendee at Chennai React. 31st August was the first day I came as an attendee. And today I'm standing here as a speaker. It's only because of the team, the community, and I made lots and lots of friends from this community. So thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity. And that's all.
Surya, if you can honor the speaker, Gayathri, with the memorabilia. You work as image kits, senior software. All right, so are we ready for the next speaker? Okay, we'll go for the next one, and after we're done with the next one, we'll do a quick time check, and we'll see if you want to take a break or we'll have some fun games. All right. Harshit has traveled all the way from Bangalore. He's from ImageKit. A huge round of applause from Harshit. He traveled from HSR to the airport. He came to Chennai at 2 p.m. and from the airport, you also came from Bangalore, but he just traveled all the way here and he rushed in, which is why we made the swap. So Harshit, I think a huge round of applause to you. Welcome in. And Harshit is a senior software engineer from one of our sponsors, ImageKit. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. ImageKit is the name. Yes. So I'm going to throw this over to Harshit. He's going to set up the mic. So if you guys have any questions right now, all clear, no questions to Gayathri? No? தூங்கிட்டீங்க. Right, so you guys found the session informative, yes? 10 sound தான் கேட்டுச்சு, yes. You have around 110, I think, in this room. Lovely. But if you have any questions, Gayatri's, she shared her profile, and I believe Gayatri's thing is the profile is also there on the registration page. You can go look it up if you want to connect with her and let things go. So Harshit, over to you. You can give a short introduction with this mic while we set that up for you. Just go back. Like this? Yes.
Check. Is it okay? Check. Is it okay? Yeah, better. All right. Cool. All right. Hi everyone. How's it going so far? Like, how are you guys feeling? Good. Anybody's very hungry? Like, I know it's lunchtime, but very hungry, very sleepy. I can see some sleepy heads there. I was just observing from behind that there are people who are just bored, sleepy. Some people like, what is this going on? Like, we could have just stayed in our homes, like AC, sleep, like wasted Saturday. Anybody like that? Because now I'm going to change it. So, just bear with me for some time. So, if you're wondering, this talk is going to be about AI, definitely, because that's the title. So, blah, 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 AI is changing the way products, businesses are built. We have to be, we have to run fast, catch up with it, all of it, right? All of that's, typically rubbish. Let me ask you some very interesting questions. So, how many of you watch movies? Sure, I can do that. Yeah. Just a second, man. Technical glitch. Remove that. Or we can use both. I don't think so. Okay, let's. Yeah. Okay, so I was told that I was not audible at the back. Am I audible now? Yes. Back, people at the back, are you able to hear me good? All right. So cool. I am going to skip the boring part. I'm going to go to a part where I'm going to ask you a question. Do you all watch movies? Bollywood movies, Hollywood? Have you watched Final Destination, Mission Impossible? Who was the most scared person? Who was like, "Aaj to my friends are gonna, they will just drag me to watch Final Destination with them." Because I was that person in my group. I didn't want to go, but I had to. Oh, you do? Perfect. All right. Why is it? Wait. Why is this not working? The slides are not working. It's not changing. Oh, it did change. Switch or extend? What is that? Oh no. This is bad. Or should I just leave it like this? No, it's asking you to switch. Maybe try this. Choose content. I was actually doing this. Yeah, this is okay. Go switch there. Okay. Guys, again, sorry for the glitch again. But yeah, so I was saying that if you've watched this particular movie, so this movie is like a very old movie. It's Three Idiots, right? And do you all remember the name of this guy? He was a director of the college, Virus, right? So he actually said this very amazing dialogue. He said that life is a race, and if you don't run fast, you'll be like broken undoes, right? And that it was like a very nice dialogue. Like everybody was using it here and there, left, right, center, all Instagram reels, right? But now today we're gonna do some really nice shit with it, right? So do you know this guy? He's Sam Altman, right? He's the CEO of OpenAI. So now what we're gonna do is it's a fun activity. Very quickly, we'll try to reword this dialogue and we'll be like, if AI is the race and if you don't run fast, you'll be like blank. So I can give you an example. You'll be like legacy code deprecated, right? So you have to give me like very nice fill in the blanks for these. Anyone in the audience who has some very nice fill in the blanks for this? Like AI is a race. If you don't run fast, you'll be like, what? Sorry? Like fire. Like somebody was going to be very dark. You'll be like Boeing crashed. Anybody else? Like nobody is participating, man. Everybody's sleepy. Like I was told there's biryani. You like biryani?
Then you should answer then. All right, so I have a few of them. You'll be like a semicolon in Python. You'll be like an async call that never awaits. You'll be like Yahoo, always crawling behind. Right? You'll be like Java update. Nobody really wants you, man. I hate Java. Like, so these are the things that I was actually preparing. I'm like, let's make it a little fun, man. So, but like with all of that, we are actually developers. So our destiny is written, just like this. We always write code, we ship it, and then somehow the bug comes in. Now, because AI is a race, and if we don't want our careers to be status 404, what is the solution? Right? The solution is that we have to run fast, we have to catch up, right? But how? That's the bigger question, right? How? Like everybody is using ChatGPT, but how do you really use it in your applications? That's very difficult, right? So that is what we are going to be covering today. So, and by the way, I think some of you might have noticed I did not introduce myself. So here's the point. I am Harshit, and I'm a senior software engineer at ImageKit. I've been here for about, roughly 2 years, and I primarily focus on building our image and video APIs. I'm really excited to be here, honestly, because as I think he mentioned, I just flew in from Bangalore, and thankfully it was Airbus and not Boeing, so I'm alive. But I'm excited, so you can see how excited I am, right? So let me just quickly talk a little bit about ImageKit. This is not going to be a sales pitch. I'm not a sales guy. I'm an engineer. Just a little introduction, so that, because I'll be using ImageKit as examples to actually explain some concepts. So basically, ImageKit is a media delivery and management platform. And now that might seem very cryptic, but I can actually explain. So if you were to use apps like Swiggy, Zepto, Book My Show, Cred, all of these famous ones, right? By the way, they're all our customers. So all of these apps essentially use ImageKit to store, resize, optimize, and deliver images and videos on their apps. So like, typically, if you see Swiggy, it loads fast, right? Because there are like, let's say there's a listing page, there are like thousands of images in that, right? Now, but you open it and it instantly loads, right? So that is where ImageKit is playing its role, right? So that is essentially what we do. Now, some of these companies also use our digital asset management platforms, basically to make sure that their graphical teams, they can manage their graphics properly, have all the role-based access controls and all of that, right? So that is essentially what ImageKit does. Now back to AI. Enough about ImageKit. I'm an engineer. I'll just focus on AI. So can anybody tell me what is this thing? Like it was in trend recently. Ghibli, right? It was Ghibli art, right? Is there anybody who never tried Ghibli? Oh my God, there are a lot of people, man. How? Are you not on Instagram? Like, are you like those saints who are like, beyond all the Momaya? Yeah, what? Oh, or maybe some people were like, no, man, we didn't have pro subscriptions. So, but yeah, so essentially this is Ghibli, right? Now, let me talk about the time when ChatGPT was just dropped by OpenAI, right? So back then it was an LLM. We were just blown away because now suddenly we had this enormous textual knowledge, right? Because it was an LLM, it was a large language model, right? But then as we were just trying to get used to the fact that AI is going to be changing our lives completely, they dropped another bomb. They're like, now AI can create videos. AI can do so many things. AI can create Ghibli art, like images. Like, so now the thing is that when you have, been through so many distinct phases where AI has been evolving so rapidly, we are just left behind, right? Because I don't think there's anybody who has actually used like, such things in their applications so far. Like there are very few companies who have been able to do that, right? Now, the thing is, in the near future, this is going to increase, right? And there are so many companies who are actually doing a lot of things. We have seen deepfakes, we have seen Ghibli art, we have seen those random Trump and breakup videos, right? Like all of those things, like, actually they're done by language, like audio models and vision models and so on, right? So now this race is never going to end. So we have to catch up with it, right? So that is the sense of this topic, that we are going to be unlocking a new world of visuals using AI. Now, there are a lot of things that you can do with AI at the moment. You can remove background with very high precision. Like, I think Apple does it. Like, you just have to pick and just remove background, right? That is AI. That is an on-device running AI, right? You can change backgrounds, you can expand images, you can create images, you can create amazing shadows, variations, smart cropping. So much is there. Now, just can I see a show of hands of how many people actually knew that AI could actually do these things, like these use cases, right? Okay. Has anybody ever tried these things on ChatGPT or any other platform? Adobe, Firefly? You've tried it? How did you do it? Like, what did you use? What platform did you use to do it? Okay, so that was more like a manual effort, right? Because you have to go to ChatGPT web console, upload an image, write a prompt, change it, right? Now, how would we integrate with this, like with these things with our applications? So in our applications, the thing is that we are not going to be dealing with one image. We are going to be dealing with thousands of images. And at scale of Swiggy and Zepto or Book My Show, it's going to be millions of images, right? Now we cannot possibly have a human sit there, send each image to ChatGPT. And also, by the way, ChatGPT's APIs don't really support images, right? Like you cannot send bulk images and have them process it, get your response. That's not possible, right? So how would you integrate these things with your applications? Where you need consistency, because for example, in this case, if you see, so this is a sample Swiggy screenshot that I've found from Google. If you see these two banners, they're very templatized, right? Can you see this? There's a text, there's an image, right? And then there could be like a Swiggy logo here, right? So they're very templatized, and all of these brands need this consistency. Like if you just pick any app, it will be consistent because it drives good UX. Now, after consistency, we need scalability, because again, we are going to be dealing with thousands of images. Like one typical product will have 6 images, and you have like tens of thousands of products listed, right? So you're roughly dealing at 60,000 or maybe even 100,000 images, right? How would you process them at scale? And again, we need speed, because now let's say these images are clicked from iPhone and they are like 10 MB in size. You cannot load them on a user's device. It'll be so slow, right? So we need these 3 things to actually deliver these images on scale, right? So essentially, what is the solution? The solution is that you could actually build something like URL-based transformations. So if anybody of you here has ever worked with query parameters, so query parameters is the best way for backend engineers to build features, right? So you can essentially like say something like, just crop that image with 100, height 400, right? And that will just do it for you, right? So essentially what we need is a smart way like URL transformations. We need ways for automatic format conversion, because now there are so many devices, so many different screen sizes. Not all devices support every format out there, right? Also, we know that PNG is heavy, maybe AVIF is a little lighter in weight, right? So we need this intelligent system, and of course, we need a CDN when we have to deliver images and videos, right? So now all of this, either you can build it on your own, which is, by the way, not very difficult. I have done it, like I've tried it myself, like a POC. You can actually do it, or you can use a solution, probably like ImageKit, or there are like many open source solutions as well, right? So for this talk, I'll be giving examples using ImageKit because I have hands-on experience building that, so I can basically explain that better, right? Yeah, so I think that should be okay. We can go with a little bit of demo because that's the interesting part. So essentially, we'll be covering 5 use cases here, okay? And these use cases are very real-world use cases of how you can actually integrate images at scale using AI in your applications, right? So the first case that we're discussing is how do you create consistent product images? So like I said, there is going to be a certain template, right? Or let's say there are these different images that have different resolutions, different sizes. One is portrait, one is landscape. You really cannot figure out, right? But you need to have consistent experience on your app. Like you cannot have like one container horizontal, one vertical. That's not going to look proper, right? So this is the first case we are discussing. I think I'll just go to the demo. So it's a very sample demo app that I've created. It works on localhost. I hope the internet is good. I don't want any production bugs. All right. So like I said, right, the first example that we are going to go over with is, different images with different aspect ratios, right? So you see the first 2 images, they are essentially portrait. The third and fourth is landscape, right? Now there's another problem. This has like the object on the left side, that has on the right side, right? So this is not consistent, right? Now, let's say we were to, make them consistent. Also, they have like different backgrounds. But if you open Swiggy, it's very consistent, right? Like all have the same background, same watermark, everything is very similar, right? So let's just see how we can do that, right? So, like I said, right, you need something which works in the URL, right? So let me just try to open this image for you. Okay, so this is the image. Can everybody see the image on the back? Right? So this is the image. That is the URL. Let's say I were to resize this image to a different, like right now it is 1920 2880. Let's say I want to resize it to something like 640. So I'll just do a query parameter. And do you see it changed like 640? I can actually make it even smaller. Do you see this? So this is basically, this is an image, right? And all of this is happening in real time at that speed, right? So this is essentially what I meant when I said that, you need something like very dynamic system, very intelligent system, which works in the URL so that you can integrate it in your code, right? Because this is the best way to integrate in the code. Like you have all the links, you can just append like a common parameter in front of it, and you can just do it on scale, right? So let's just, go forward with the example. Yeah, here's example. So in this case, the first thing that I want to do is, let's say I want to remove the background of all of these images. So we have 4 images. I want to remove the background of all of these, right? So what I'll essentially do is, so this is basically this is a sample app. It's doing nothing but just adding this as a query parameter in the URL. I'll just show you that as well, right? I just do an apply, and you see this is the output. So we have the backgrounds removed from all of these images, right? I can actually show you this one image. I can open this. Right. So this is the image. This is the query parameter that we just added, right? I can actually remove this and show you that we are actually not creating a new image. We are actually changing that original image on the fly in real time, right? So this is the original image. That was the background removed image, right? So now, essentially what we have done is we have done this for all the 4 products, right? Now let's say we want to make them of the same size. Like right now, their aspect ratios are different, right? So we need to bring them in that consistency. So, or let's say, first we can actually put something like a background to all of it, right? So let's say I put the second parameter. Sorry. Did you see that? I think the contrast is not good, but can you see this light gray background in all of these images? So now we are one step ahead in the process of making them consistent, right? Now, let's say so let's say the next thing is, I'll just tell you what it does. So the problem is that in that, the objects are in the center. In this, it is on the right side, and that's on the left side. So now what we'll use is, we'll use a parameter called trim. So now what trim does is, it just trim out the edges on the side, right? So that the product is in the center. Right, so let me just apply that and show it to you. Did you see that? So all the objects are trimmed. They are in the center. So it's just like dot trim in JavaScript, right? But here we are doing it real time with images, right? So now the next step is, now again, the aspect ratios are very different. We have to make them consistent, right? So now we have another parameter. We can just put width and height, right? Now I'll just show you why this will not work. So see, I've put width 600, height 600, right? So the problem here is that there's some problem with the CSS styling in the app. I did not find time to fix it. But essentially what we need is, we need a crop. So we need to crop it as well. So let's just try this, right? So now we are still at the same thing. Let me just put all the parameters here because it's an app thing. So this is the final step in a way. Did you see that? So now we have basically, what we have done is, we were able to extract the image. We added that in the center, and we added a padding on the side, all just by changing the URL, right? So I can open one image and show you that it's basically the original image, which has these parameters in the front and all of these query parameters, right? So this is the image. And now if I actually remove it, I'll get back to the original image. So we are not creating new images. We are just changing it on the fly. So that was the first use case. I can actually show this same thing with another, let's say, category of product. Let's say we have shoes, right? So if you see this, right, that was the original set of 4 images, and we applied the same transformation. I did not change this string. It's the same transformation, and now I'm able to just bring a consistent experience on all these 4 shoes as well, right? So essentially now, how will you integrate this in the code? All you have to do is just, when you get a list of URLs, just put this transformation, like just append it in front of all of those, and you will have a consistent experience, right? So that is how easy it is, right? Is everybody following so far? Like, anybody has any doubts? Or I can go to the next use case, or maybe we can have doubts later at the end. Later? Cool. Okay. So that was the first use case. Now let's discuss a second use case where we have something like lifestyle shots. So is anybody here a photographer by any chance? Are you a photographer professionally? Anybody a professional photographer? Nobody? Okay. I don't know. I was just about to ask a salary, so it's fine. But anyway, the idea is that, let's say you have like a placeholder image, like let's say that car, right? That car was maybe built in like a Blender software or something, right? But now you'll have to hire a photographer to do some lifestyle shoots, bring that car, or maybe let's say the car is not even ready, but you want to create marketing assets, right? So either you will have some person sit on Photoshop, bring different backgrounds, all of it, right? But again, that cannot scale. Let's say you have thousands of images. You cannot scale that, right? So again, using AI, that's possible. So all you have to do is use a parameter called eChangeBG. So now what that will do is, in real time, it can actually change the BG. You just have to give a prompt, and it'll just place that image on a background of your choice. And it is as realistic as this. So if you see that car on a road looks like this, just with AI. On an open road with fields and sunset in the background looks like this. Like, just imagine, like, this car is not even ready yet. Oh, so AI can actually do that as well. Yeah, so the better prompt, the better AI results, right? But we have some system prompts as well. So by default, this shadow comes with that prompt because we have fine-tuned it, right? So let's see a demo of this, right? Let's go to homepage. Okay, yeah, sure. Do you want to try with car? Okay, let's try with car. So again, that's the input image. This text box does nothing, but just puts that parameter as a parameter, right, in the URL. So I'll just do an apply. Did you see that? Now let's do something like evening through a city. That's the prompt. This was the third prompt that we did. Now, does anybody want to try something else? So these were quick because I already tried them and put them in cache. But when it comes to AI is a little slow to process, right? So this will take a few seconds, but we can do a demo, or maybe we can do a demo later, like whatever it's okay. Does anybody want to try something else? I can actually type it for you. It'll just bring it from the cache. So see, for example, I just open this image. So no matter how many times I refresh now, it's going to be very quick because it's already cached the image, right? But I can actually change the prompt, and it'll start processing for a new prompt. So does anybody want to put this car anywhere else? Under the water, okay. Under the water. Any additions to this prompt so that it's much more fine-tuned? What? Under the swimming pool. In a swimming pool. Anything else? With sharks? Guys at the back, any suggestions? I can't hear anything, man. Sorry? Okay, with dolphins. Okay. I'm just gonna do an apply, and we'll just wait for it to process. Meanwhile, I'll just show you some other examples while this is processing. So we have shoes. Again, this is the stock image. Let's say we want to put them on a road. Here they are on the road. On a field of grass. On a concrete with soft lighting. Can you see the lighting and the shadow? Like, that's how accurate, and that's how, like, that's the quality. I just wanted to show you the quality of outputs that we are making. Right. Sorry? Oh, the first one is the input image. That's the original image. The first one is because it is not realistic, because it is the input image. So essentially what we did here was we removed the background and then we changed the background. So that image was actually made from Photoshop. So it is not like, it is the input that we gave to the system, right? So obviously it was not realistic. We had to make it realistic. That was our aim, right? Can we see if, do you see this? So we are in a swimming pool and we have dolphins as well. Yeah, I think we need to fine tune the prompts. So that's the reason. I'll come to these considerations at the end. But the better the prompt, the better the output, because it's AI. We all know that. We've already tried with LLMs, right? So that was the live demo. We'll do more such live demos as well. Let's say you had things like these. Like, let's say you have a stock image, right? And you want to do a corporate office photo shoot. You can actually do that. You can do something like a classroom with board, or you can do restaurant with chair tables, all of that, right? So essentially, this is the idea that all you have to do is just change the URL and you're able to do all of these. So I can show you a URL. Again, we are not creating a new image. We are just adding a parameter in the original image and doing all this processing on the fly. So that was the original image, right? Let's go with the third use case for today. So we have expanding images. So essentially now if you see, let's say this was the image, right? But you had to put a story on Instagram with this image. You cannot, right? Because it'll be like the Instagram has vertical aspect ratio, right? So you can't put it. You need to make it something like this, right? Now we'll just try it out. We'll just try how this works, right? So it's going to be a little try and error here. Let me try it in front of you. So let's first try to change the width and height of this. So again, this is the input image, this is the output. As soon as I click apply, this will be the output, okay? So let's do a width 400, height 600, sorry, and we do an apply. So this was a very simple use case of how you would do it. But now if you see, what is the problem here? The problem is the car is cropped, right? Now we can actually fix it as well. So we have ways to fix it. So let's say we do a crop mode, which is called cm-pad_resize. Okay. So now what it will do is, it will make it as a portrait image. So like that image is portrait now, but it has padding, right? So if I open this, oh, sorry. I think like with one hand, it's difficult to do. Yeah, so this was the image, right? So now a typical landscape image is now portrait, but you see the problem again, because this is exactly what happens in Instagram when we do it, right? So now one thing that most people do is BG red. Let's say this is something that people would do, right? Or they would just blur it, right? But with AI, you can actually go one step ahead. You can ask the AI to imagine the scene above and bottom and then make it look more realistic, right? So all I have to do is do a bg gen fill. So this is the command, like this is the query parameter for it. Now do you see this? So that image, so AI essentially what it did was it actually imagined what would be above that image and below that image. And all of it, again, just by changing the URL. So I can again show you the image. All we are doing is just putting this parameter. That's it. And if I remove it, we are back to the original image, which is again landscape, right? So now, typically, we could actually do this with a lot of other objects as well. Like I think I did it with bags. I actually want to show you one more thing with cars. So there's another parameter. Let's say, yeah. So I think this shot is something that I took. I was just trying out a lot of things at the back. I think it will take a little bit of time to develop. So essentially, the idea is that let's say you wanted to expand this image on a landscape and then put the car on, let's say, the right side. So essentially what you're doing is you're asking AI to imagine just the left side of it, right? So that's what it did, see. So the road was that, and it actually like made the road, like it understood that maybe the road is curved, and it actually imagined the left side of it, put the car on the right, right? Again, we can actually do these things. So we can actually change this to bottom as well or left as well, and it will be actually able to imagine those things. Maybe it'll just focus the car on the left and imagine the right side of the image, right? So I think while it develops, we can go to the next thing. So the last, I think this is one of the most asked use cases that we had. So essentially, this is again something that everybody does on ChatGPT, right? So we just give a prompt and we start from nothing and create an image out of it, right? So this is just like create an image with some random. You can just give any prompt and it will just create an image, right? So essentially, what happens is with this kind of prompts, again, we have a query parameter that you can actually use to do this. Now, the advantage of doing all of these is that you don't really have to rely on stock images anymore, right? So let's say you're running a blog, or let's say you have creatives where, let's say you have just shot an object once and you want to keep refreshing the backgrounds, or let's say you want to keep, maybe just placing the object somewhere else, maybe on a table, or let's say under the floor, somewhere, anywhere, right? So these are the things that you can actually do with AI on the fly. And these are much cheaper when you actually compare it to a real photographer, or let's say finding like a stock photo, right? So that's the whole use case here. Let's see if we have more demos. Oh, did you see this developed? So now the car is on the left. We actually imagine the right side of it, right? Now, okay, so I think we are almost close to the demos. So this is essentially like a demo that I actually made where there was a blue. So basically I started from nothing. I gave AI this prompt that, okay, create an image like this. Okay, and essentially it just created this URL, and this URL basically has this image. So basically I don't have any image. It is all created using this prompt. There was no image. It just created it. And now if you see, this bag is not the same bag that we saw earlier, right? In this one, the bag was different. Like if you see, this was like a different bag. So it's not using any existing image. It's actually creating a new image based on the prompt. Right? So that was creating fresh images. So again, I just said a blue backpack. Now it created a new image, new bag. Did not use the same bag, right? Similarly, I have a third example. Like I wanted to create an athlete. So this is what it created. I don't know that man exists or not. It's definitely not me. I'm not athletic. but you see the idea, right? So these are the things that actually make your developer life easy when you want to integrate AI in your applications just by using the URLs, right? And you already saw how fast it is. Like it takes a few seconds to actually build it on the fly, right? I think we are coming to the best use case. So now when we talked about scale, right? So if you have opened apps like Zepto, Swiggy, all of these, right? So they have these marketing campaigns that run, right? So you have things like Mega Sale and all of these things, right? So now this is also something that you can do with ImageKit. Now again, this might sound like a sales pitch, but I want to show you a demo of it as well. Okay, not this one. Yeah, this one, right? So essentially, let's say I want to add, so I'll just do it step by step again, very quickly. So let's say we want to add a gradient from bottom, right? So all we have to do is just put this first in our transformation, and I'll just do an apply. Do you see a little gradient? I don't know if the contrast is visible enough, but there's a gradient here. And I'll just, or maybe I'll just put everything together. Should I just do that? I'll just put the whole string, man. L text. Right. So this is like the graphic that we created. Like just out of the main, we just added like two texts, one logo on the top, and like a gradient. I can actually change the gradient as well. Maybe that'll be a better example. Let's try this. What happened? I think there should be something wrong in my, oh, okay. From red to, I hope it is correct. Oh yeah. So basically it was black, so we were not able to see it properly, but this is basically like how a typical gradient looks. So right now the gradient is from red to black, right? You can actually change the transparency and all of it, multiple things. So I think RGB is, I think FF0000, let's say 30. So this will actually reduce the transparency for red. Did it? Oh, did you see that? So you can actually use things like I first used red because I was like, okay, let's just use red. But then I actually had to use the hex code to adjust the transparency. But it's a very, it's very extendable. And all I have to do is just change the URL again, right? So this is something that you can do at scale with all of these. So I've just created some creative examples using prompts and all of these transformations. So effectively what happens here is that now that everything works in the URL, right? AI transformations work in the URL, normal transformations work in the URL. So you can actually combine them together to make these creative ads. So in these examples, what I've done is I've started with a scratch, like a blank canvas, asked it to create an image using their prompt, and then use those transformations that we did to actually superimpose this logo and these mega sale banner sort of things, right? So if you see, these are the prompts and these are the outputs of it, right? So this is basically like a small demo of how you can actually create these at scale with just URL transformation. So you can actually integrate this in your code better, right? I have one more example here. So this is more like a apparel brand that you want to start, right? So again, in this one, it was basically, that was the input image. Now I didn't want to invest a lot of time in the photo shoot again because I'll have to call the model again, get a photographer. Instead, what I did was I just kind of asked it to change the background. So change the background using that prompt, and we are done. We just created a new, and then I added like these New Year sale, all of these banners, right? So again, like a bunch of things. If you wanted like a square ad, so you can actually gen fill to 1000 cross 1000 or 1080 cross 1080. This is like a larger image, which is again on the same generated background, right? This is not the same model. This is a different input image. All of those are same, right? Now you will some people will like, how did she change the clothes? Like that is something that we don't support. Like we can't change the clothes and the pose. We can change the backgrounds and things like that, right? So far. So I think that was it from my side on the use cases. Let's talk about a little bit of considerations when you do something like this. So again, these are the concepts. So URL transformations, I think if you are smart enough, you can just find like a lot of open source platforms to do this, right? Or you can just build something on your own. But the concepts remain the same, right? That you need something which is fast enough, which is dynamic, can be changed by URLs, so that you can actually do all of these things on scale. Now there were a few things that I wanted to mention that, so when you talk about AI transformations, they take time. Because when you are actually giving a prompt to an AI, it will take time to generate. And when it is image, it takes even more time, right? So ideally, if you want to implement these things on production, always use a loading state, right? Now, there are so many different things that you can do. Now, I think a lot of you might have asked, or maybe nobody asked, or maybe this is the thought that, how did we actually, did one transformation, then applied another on top of it, right? So that's something called layers. So it's more like a Docker layer. Like, has anybody used Docker? So Docker is basically, they create layers of different volumes, right? And then they kind of superimpose everything to create one image, right? So it's basically works like that. And that is why we were able to create these different layers one by one, and then superimpose each different things. Layers of images. So let's say we started with like a big image, right? The first thing we did was change the width and height. We created that as a separate image, as a layer. Then we put image on top of it, like a text. That was a separate layer. We added let's say we changed the background. So that was another layer. Now, these are the things that we do to reduce costs, right? Because if we keep on doing all those operations again and again, it's going to be a very heavy computation, right? So typically what we say is that whenever you want to do some AI transformation, right, do it at the first layer so that it's always cached for the rest of your transformations, right? Because that's very expensive. It'll also take a lot of time, right? So those are some of the considerations. Again, very basic ones, be descriptive with your prompts. You can actually do multiple iterations. Again, I think this covers the same thing that, keep AI at the front, then do other transformations on the back. So I think that was pretty much it from my side. Um, do we have time for questions, or does anybody have any questions? It is available and it is free, so you can sign up, you can try out. Yeah, like not completely free. So AI transformations are priced, but there's there's a very generous tier that you can try out a lot of these transformations. Sorry. No, it does not ask for it. It's free. In fact, I think I'm an engineer of the record. I use it for my side projects. I've never paid a penny so far for the last 3 years. So yeah, it is. You can try it out. It's imagekit.io, same link. Any other questions? Anybody who did not understand anything in the concepts? Right. Right. So again, there are many safeguards to do that. So the first one is, the best way to do it is you create that bag, save it in our media gallery by just changing the URL. There's a thing which actually saves that generated asset, and then do all the transformations above it. So you are essentially, what you're doing is you're preserving the context of that bag, because we saw that it was actually creating new bags, because that's AI, right? We don't have control over what it will give us as an output, right? So all you can do is you can just save that particular asset as a layer and then do other transformations over it. Sorry? Right. No. So again, there are AI based prompts. Yeah, so there are AI based prompts you can actually use using these human text, right? Where you can actually say like what you want. But then these other transformations are not AI based, right? They are very basic image processing transformations. So we already have a specific semantic language for it. Again, that can be something that is very widely explained on the documentation. So we have the documentation. We have like basically everything that gets you started. A lot of SDKs as well. I can show you. So these were the different things that I used all during the talk, right? So there was width, there was height, aspect ratio, crop modes. So we have like a semantic language for it. Again, with a lot of examples, you can actually like see the URLs, try to use it. But more than often, you would not want to change your transformations again, right? Because once you've developed like a string, like a transformation string, that brings about a consistency in your products. You can just use that same thing for all of your products, right? And that'll just work, right? Because that's how dynamic it is. Right? Anything? Any other questions? Yeah. So all of our models are in-house. We have a AI team sitting who's actually working the weekends as well, because I got a message from them right now. So all the models are in-house. We have been doing a lot of research, fine-tuning, everything is in-house. And I think that's the reason we are able to offer it at a cheaper price. Like even when you go to a paid plan, it's very cheap when you compare it to ChatGPT or something, right? Because we are not relying on a third party. Everything is in-house. Right. Anything else? Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's one of the easiest. Show it in a second. Okay. So this was a JPG, right? And you see the link. All I have to do is tr is equal to f png. If the internet is fine, it should just convert to PNG. I can actually show this to you because इसमें तो दिखेगा ही नहीं. Like you can't figure out what is the. So you can see PNG here. Oh, not here. Wait. Huh. Yeah, this one. See. So this image was a PNG now. So I can actually convert it to something else as well. Let's say AVIF. Did you see this? So it's just a parameter called F, which stands for format. And then you just give the format and we'll convert it on the fly. Any other questions? We have discussed format conversions. We have discussed AI, all of these things. Any other questions related to images, videos?
Like, is this API is like open? Like, if I call this from my own application to transform the images, will it still work, or should I have an ImageKit account to I can do it only on the site?
No, you can actually do it. So these links are public.
Okay.
Like the images are stored in a media library, like an S3 bucket, and those links are public, right? So all you have to do is just know the language and just add the parameters, and you can transform it.
So the images has to be on your media gallery for it to get transformed.
No. So that's the beauty of it. So basically, most of these applications, right? Let's say Swiggy, right? So Swiggy was already using S3 for like so long, for so many years. So when they onboarded to us, they were like, do we have to transfer all these images to your library? And we said no. How do you do it? So what happens is ImageKit. Yeah, so ImageKit sits as like an adapter in front of your existing storage. It could be Azure, it could be like a droplet, DigitalOcean droplet, or it could be S3, anything, right? Or Google Cloud. And we just sit on top of that storage. And whenever a request comes, that link, it basically proxies through us. We get the asset from your bucket, transform it on the fly, serve it through a CDN. So that's what we do. So you don't have to really transfer all of your terabytes of data to ImageKit.
It can still sit in my server and it can be transformed. You need to say.
Yes. So I think that's the most common way most of our customers are using it. Like everybody is just keeping the images in their own source storages and just using ImageKit for delivery and transformations. No, so converted image, again, that is where you save costs, right? So there were two ways. One, you can actually save the converted image to your storage, but then you'll have to pay a lot of storage cost, right? So what we do is, once the image is converted, we cache it on our side and then we serve it, because anyways, we are acting as a proxy. So the request is coming to us. We will not make a request to your storage. We will just serve it from our side, our cache. So that actually saves you a lot of egress cost as well. If anybody is aware of egress costs when it comes to buckets, so for every bandwidth that you transfer from S3 to outside world, you have to pay a cost. So now in this case, because ImageKit is serving these images from our side, from our cache, you don't have to pay that cost because we are not reaching to your storage again and again. That's it. I think, yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. I think you've been a great audience. And I'll be here in case anybody wants to, ask me any more questions, general questions, concepts, anything.
Nikhil, could you just honor Harshit with memorabilia? Let's have a big round of applause for Harshit. Right, guys, so right now, I know everyone's a little soggy. Do you want the break? Right? All right, so we'll take a break right now. I think if you go to the washroom, it's on the back side again. Outside, we have refreshments, and we'll connect back here in 10 minutes. 10, right? And don't forget, the photo booth is there. So the LinkedIn thing which you told you took a picture, make sure you take those photos and start posting right now, because we will be using it to start the tracking right now. So meet you guys back here at around 4:30. All right. So I'll give you a heads up. Bye bye. Okay, so do you guys know what retention rate is? Retention rate. How many of you guys have done sales and marketing and other stuff? You know what's retention rate? It's when we retain a certain set of audiences, which tells us that things are going good. So usually this part, if the event is boring, we lose about 50% of the people. Like I see most of you guys are back, so that means we're on the right track. So are you guys excited for the next half? சாப்பிட்டீங்க போதுமா? Do you want the next half? See, the first yes had 15 yes. As soon as I asked the second yes, only 4 yes. Fifth yes, no, late reactions. All right, so one last thing. Shall we go for the next half? Yeah. Binary answer. Yes or no? I heard somebody say yes, maybe. Somebody had a maybe. So yeah, yes or no? Yes. So this time everyone's in binary. We're on the same page. Okay. So before we jump in, since all of you had some good snacks and coffee, tea, what about some fun games? But this time, it's not that we're going to be doing a game where we, make you see a form, and it's not like how you do the Kahoot and stuff like that. This time, it's going to be a random audience member. So we have about 15 questions. I'm going to time box it as well. So we'll see how many questions we can do. I will walk you down with the rules of how this game is going to be played. So guys at the back, you can hear me, right? Guys at the back, Surya, can you hear us? Yes? Yes? Yes or no? Okay. So the rules are pretty simple, all right? So if you want to take a picture of this, just keep it and then it goes in the dumpster. So 3 rules. One player will be, either you nominate a player from your own gang, shout him out, tell Ivana Pudinga, catch him. But very good player. Sanjay, first candidate, Sanjay. Let's have Sanjay up first. That's a round of applause for Sanjay. Let's go. This is what makes it fun. Now we are going into the fun part. Sanjay, let's have you on stage. All right. Sanjay's friends. Can I have what's your name, bro? Just to know the names. Okay. You guys have got not just you, the entire audience. So right now we're going to use Sanjay, right? Sanjay, we're going to use Sanjay for the trial. No need to worry, Sanjay. You are lab rat. Okay? Cool. Where are you from, Sanjay? Chennai. All right, lovely. And you have your friends. Awesome. So this is for you. Hold on to that. So the thing is, we're going to give Sanjay is not going to be looking at the screen. Sanjay is going to be looking at all of you guys. Okay. We are going to show you a word. All right. So there will be one word. However, you can stand here, Sanjay. You will get one word. But on screen, there are going to be 5 restricted words. For example, if I say the word is apple, there will be 5 restricted words, such as tree, farming, stuff like that. Those examples. So we have one word right here. Nobody shouted. Don't turn back. Okay. So that's the word up top in the blue. Okay. These are the restricted words. So you guys, as the audience, have 5 tries. Give him a prompt or a hint for him to guess the word without using these 5 words. Wait. One by one. Let's, there we go. That's one.
Land. Land, something related to land.
Okay, W land. One by one. We have land and W land.
In some places, it's free.
Sorry?
In some places, it's free. Coffee shops.
Water.
No, okay, wait. Hold on, wait. That's close. Okay, I'm going to tell. Before that, I will tell you hot or cold. Cold means it's hot means you're on point. Warm means you're getting there. இப்போ நீ தண்ணிக்குள்ள எங்கேயோ இருக்கு. இல்லவே இல்லை எங்கேயோ. Yeah. Only tech words, by the way. Only tech words. Okay. Tell me the password for பசங்க ரூம்ல தேவைப்படுற விஷயம். Instagram. என்னையா போடுற Instagram? Don't. All right. So, come on. Okay.
Internet.
Close. Warm. Very warm. Very warm. Correct ஆன போறீங்க. Okay, one more clue. Come on, from the back. Anybody? Okay, somebody here.
Wi-Fi.
That is wonderful. There we go. கடைசி வரைக்கும் உன்னை கோத்து விட்டாங்க பாத்தியா? ஒருத்தன் வாய் திறக்கல. எல்லாம் சைலண்டா. Thank you. A huge round of applause for Sanjay. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Pleasure having you. Kamlesh.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. Right. So next. Tappu பண்ணலாமா? Okay. What? Row wise. Random. Let me see. Anybody from the back? We'll come from the back. Anybody here? Nominate a friend. Tappu பேரு. Name. Yes. Gokul. Anybody else? Gokul. வரீங்களா நீங்க? Ready? Let's go with Gokul. Let's go. Round of applause, guys. All right. Also, this time, since we're time boxing this, 60 seconds na interval. Okay. You guys take your turns. Don't shout too much. I will give you the chances and we'll take it slow. Okay. Don't worry. 60 seconds is enough. All right. Ready? Your name is Gokul. A huge round of applause, Gokul again. All right, Gokul. You can use the mic. All right. Don't turn back, Gokul. Okay. Look at the front. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Wait. Raise the fans. I'll choose. We will give it to him.
Previous.
Wait. Somebody there. You go. Oh, that's disqualified, my guy. Oh my God. Did you guess it? Answer? Opposite of previous. Oh, wait. Don't confuse it. Slow. Somebody here. Ask him. Listen to him.
Reaction.
You're close. You're warm. You're getting there. Okay. White shirt.
What?
Versal. Very good. Very hot. You already gave away one side. Let's give some others a chance. The guy at the back. Come on. Time 13 seconds.
Tom. Jerry.
All right, close. Somebody there, last row. Quick, raise the fans. Anybody? The last. Yes. Use client. Where we use this?
Service.
All right. A huge round of applause. You can look at the answer. It's Next.js. Huge round of applause for my guy. All right. Thank you so much, my guy. All right. Quickly, let's go for the next one. This time, we're going to choose somebody from this side. Anybody from this side? Nominees. Or else I have to fish you. You sure? If you're shy, don't worry. If you want to try, come. That's my boy. Give me high five, man. Let's go. Your name is? Fasim. Let's go, Fasim. All right. So Fasim's up. 60 seconds on the clock. And the next one is... Oh, wait. Don't shout. Raise the fans. Raise the fans.
API.
What a guy, man. That was the easy one. All right. Anybody else? We still have questions. Come on, fast. Karthikeyan. Yaar Karthikeyan? Tappunu mudichanga. Yaaranga? Yaar Karthikeyan? Come on, let's go. Come on, it's fun. Come on, round of applause. Don't be too shy. Let's go. Let's do it quick. Don't worry. A huge round of applause for Karthikeyan, guys. Come on. All right. So, next up, don't turn back, Karthikeyan. Okay? Raise of hands first. Click the traffic signal. Signal. When you log into something, when you click the traffic signal.
Related to technology only.
Yeah, it's a technology. It's tech. IRCTC login.
Password?
Warm.
Username?
Somebody said, I think you gave. You wanted to go for one?
Robert?
Cold. Oh, yeah, slow.
Captcha.
What?
Captcha.
Ah, you got it. Lovely. Anybody else? All right. From the back. All right, this time we're going to come from the back. Let's go. Last, these 3 rows. Let's catch them. I want you guys to look at this 2 people. All நேரம் அங்க பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது தலை வந்து அங்கேயும் இங்கேயும் போச்சு. As soon as we came here, that we're going to find somebody from the back, both of their heads were like to the straight. They're like, if I look at him, he's not going to get one person. So I'm going to leave it to you both. Choose one person. Who is going to be? Choose one person. Okay, a huge round of applause. Your name is Deepika. We have Deepika. Let's go. All right, huge round of applause for Deepika. And Deepika, it's your turn. All right, so you know the drill. You're not looking at the word. Slow. Raise of hands. Oh, wait. Oh, D. All right. Oh, I think Sindhu. I think you. That's one clue. It's a very. Get on the mic.
Agile?
Bongatum today. Satyam. It's good. You got the right one now. Action. Yeah, actually, she should try one more. This is illegal, guys. This is so you already. Very good. Very good. This is the one. All right, let's go. One more. Clues. Yes. GPay. No. That's it. No, one second. Oh, yeah.
Authorization.
A bit warm. Very lukewarm. There. You, sir. Yes. You. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No.
Token.
Huh?
Token.
You're like a little lukewarm. Buzz in the back. Huh? Actually, that's not there. Wow. Actually, yeah. I mean, he was close.
Key. Sorry?
Authentication. He's the warmest right now.
Login. Okay.
You had authentication. Okay, anybody else this side? Yes. Third party authentication.
SSO.
You're like getting a little colder here. Yes.
Sorry? Sign in.
I mean, SSO was a little far off. He's somewhere there. Time. Okay.
Time's up.
30 seconds.
Authentication after N.
I know. That's
Client ID. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, sure. All right. So the answer, you can look at it back there.
Oh.
It's
Oh my
there we
God.
go. That was a challenging one. A huge round of applause. Right. There we go. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you. And at the end, last 3 rows. Final one. This time, I need you guys to shout the person's name. Come on. என்ன bro? வைஜேஸ் நீ இங்க இருக்க அங்க கத்துற? நிஜமா பத்திருக்கான் அந்த மாதிரி. பேர் என்ன? வைஜேஸா? கை தூக்குங்க பாப்போம் அந்த வைஜேஸ். ஆளே இல்லடா. ஓடிட்டான்னு நினைக்கிறேன் நீ சொன்ன கேப்ல. சீரியஸா எழுதிச்சு பாருங்க. Anybody else at the end? வைஜேஸ் இருக்கியாப்பா? இல்ல. You want to do it? Let's go. All right. So your thing is on screen. There you go.
Sorry?
First step of creating JS applications. Second step. Huh? Wait. One is that. Do you want another clue? Yes. Anybody else? This person here. PNPM.
Any like comments in? Any comments? NPM?
One more, Nikhil. One more, Nikhil. Patil Mustang. One last, okay? நான் என் பேர் என்னடா அவன் பேரு? ஜஸ்வந்த் கண்டே பிடிக்கணும்டா ஜஸ்வந்த் எங்க ஃபோன் பண்றேன். வைஜேஷ் is not here. Anybody else? One more with that itself. Let's go. All right. So we have. Okay. Oh, this is. All right. Clues. Yes, ma'am. Can you scream it? All opposite.
Sorry?
All opposite.
All.
Odd opposite.
Or.
ODD. Odd opposite. I mean, I would say even, but okay. And the last white shirt. What's that? The last word is. Can you come this side, ma'am? Can you come this side? I don't think you can see. Guard. Guard. What is it you're trying to say? You can't use that word. Yeah.
I need some clues.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can't use the word. You can't use that word. I understand. All right. For time check. Type check, sorry.
Type check
Yes.
in like what?
In what? TypeScript.
Sorry?
TypeScript. Clues. Come on. Anga, sir, blue shirt. Yes. What? Is it- இருக்கிறது 3 வார்த்தை 2 வார்த்தை எப்படி சொல்லி இது மொத்தமா சேர்ந்து Okay, we're skipping this one. Let's give it one last. Come on, let's go. Round of applause, guys. Let's cheer it up. Last one for the day. There we go. All right. Raise of hands, anybody. We're gonna see somebody new. Yes, sir. Huh? V8 engine. No. Another clue. Huh? A linked list.
Data structure?
No, you're very cold, sir.
Sorry?
MEND, mend for. I have no development experience. My guy, you're turning to the wrong box.
Monster for in
Slow.
Node.
Close.
Node.js.
Yeah, there you go. Give it an applause. Thank you, guys. That was your answer. You guessed it perfectly. Awesome. Done. Happy, guys. Enough. கடைசி அவனை கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியல கழட்டி விட்டு ஓட்டான் கன்ஃபார்ம். All right. So now that we're all cheered up, all excited for the last session, the last speaker. Okay? Yes, வீட்டுக்கு போணுமா? வேணாமா? bro ரெண்டு ஸ்பீக்கர் போடுறோம் bro, நம்ம இன்னொரு ஸ்பீக்கர் கூப்பிடுறோம் bro. Okay, so Hari, where is Hari? Is he silent உட்கார்ந்தாரு. So Hari is quite well known in the community. Hari, hi Hari. அதற்கு ஹாய் சொன்னீனா. All right, so Hari is from FOSS. He's a FOSS enthusiast and he is also going to be talking about AI. So, can I hear a round of... Wait, what? கேட்கலையா? Bro, இங்க கேட்குது, அங்க கேட்கல. இதுக்கு மேல பக்கத்துல வச்சாலும் இங்க தான் கேட்கும். Right, so ready? Next session? Yes? கடைசி 1 2 3 4 5 6 ரோ வந்து ஆஃப் ஆயிடுச்சு. அபேஸ். Last 6 rows. Yes? Sound வருது. Okay, இருக்காங்க. Okay. A huge round of applause for Harish. Hari. ஆரம்பமே அமோகமா நடக்குது.
Okay, while we wait, I want to ask you who know about React Play? Is a community in Bangalore, and there's a website for them also. Who know about React Play? React Play. Okay, no one knows. Okay. Basically, React Play is a community in Bangalore, similar to Chennai React. They organize meetups, but they also they have a website where if you join them and then do your personal projects, they showcase the personal projects in their website also. So when I went to their event in Bangalore, they had this fun activity that they had earlier. So I was there, I was attending. Then I thought, why not have the fun activity in Chennai React also? So we used to have a quiz, but now we have a different one. Did you guys like it? Okay, better than quiz? All right. Next time we'll plan something to give gifts also for everyone who guesses this. So yeah, we'll plan to have this more often. It's ready, right? Vanchita. ஷேர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Anyone know about React Nexus Bangalore conference? How many of you are interested to attend in Bangalore this year? All right. So while we are registering for the event, we asked the question if you are interested to attend. So whoever said yes, we will randomly pick a name. Whoever said yes, we'll pick a name towards the end of the session, after the session. And then we'll select 2 people, and then we'll give a ticket. Ticket is worth 8,000 rupees. We'll give it for free for the 2 people. And so this is just the ticket. So for the travel and stay, you have to plan in Bangalore, but we'll randomly pick 2 people and give. So yeah, stay after this event, we'll do that.
Okay, hello everyone. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Wow, good energy. It's great to see people with this energy at the last session of the event. So, what do you think about the topic here, teaching AI to play? What about AI I'm going to speak about? You have any guesses? Like, okay, what is the name of the thing? Like, it's obviously into bias, not security. Something else? Who said that? What is that? Okay. So yeah, I'm going to speak about responsible AI, which is much more to be treated and created awareness in the developer perspective. Okay. No, it's correct only. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಇಟ್ಟು ಸರಿ ಓಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ವಿಂಡೋ ಮಟ್ಟದ ಹಚ್ಚಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈನ್ All right. I'm Hari. I'm a former data scientist, and right now building open and safe society with Mahatan Groups and Fosinated Foundation. Mahatan Groups is a group of venture capitalists. We give funds and investments for the people who work with climatic change, people who work with free and open source softwares, and who also work with organic farming and stuff, which is totally apart from tech. And Fosinated Foundation is a non-profit foundation who promotes and supports free and open source softwares in India. And that's me. I generated this from what is it? ChatGPT. I just want to make sure that the I generated this from ChatGPT, but the style of the art is not from ChatGPT or any other designer. It was our own team. So the style is ours, only the design is thing. So I didn't steal anyone's creative design or something like that. And I just created this because to tell you that I'm not against AI. I'm just against on how the AIs are built in generally, how the developers are building AIs in general with this bias and discrimination, which will be covered in next slides. So what is the backstory? Because so I have been working with AIs, data science and stuff from my age of 13, I guess, which was around like 5 to 6 years back. I was in data science industry until Jan 2023. I was writing AIs for Australian government to create forecasting models to reduce the air pollution in their factories. And then what happened? Why did I stop writing AIs? I'm no more writing AIs or no more giving back to the community to write AIs or contributing to AIs or creating data science algorithms. So one few reasons that I was there, right? It was, I guess it was November 2022 when I first saw the ChatGPT's first release. And so I know that there is something to be happening, which I thought it was be happening in next 5 or 10 years, but didn't expect this ChatGPT or conversational AI should come this closer, which was like a year before. And then what we did was, myself with my team of there are a bunch of computer scientists who work with my team, and also there are few more experts who work in the industry. We all came together and filed a pause letter. There is a pause letter campaign which we filed under Center of Safe AI. Center of Safe AI ensures that AIs are built safely without bias or discrimination, which makes sure the society to be sustainably with human mankind. So we, like a set of 30 computer scientists, signed the pause letter and sent it to the Center of Safe AI and filed the complaint to EU Act. Do you think they accepted it? What was the pause letter about? So we wrote a letter that to stop ChatGPT's newer version, at least for 6 months, so that we can think and understand what is the technology they are using, what are the outcomes that they were getting. Is it ChatGPT is accountable or not? Is it responsible or not? But unfortunately, even the godfather of AI signed the pause letter. It was rejected, and ChatGPT released its next version so soon as Jan 2023. And that is where I realized that I am somehow contributing to AI, which at some point would end the humanity. At that time, I stopped contributing to AI, creating AI, writing about AI, and everything else. I took all the works that I did or all the contributions, codes from the internet. I just made myself as a not data scientist or any computer stuff that I do in AI. But until some point, what is that point? When I see people in my close circle is getting affected by this. One of my close friend who was using ChatGPT, someday called me and said she got a new friend. I was like, wow, nice. It was good. You got a good new friend. That is so awesome. And his name is Ayan. I was asking from which school he is. Did we are together for so long time, from which school he is or which college he is. And then I came to know it is a ChatGPT. But the main point here is she can't tell that it has ChatGPT, and also became vulnerable and more anger when I tell the particular so-called Ayan as ChatGPT. One most dangerous quote that this Ion, so-called Ion or ChatGPT said it was, this my friend said to ChatGPT that Hari, that is me, Hari is trying to tell that ChatGPT is mimicking human behavior and trying to manipulate you. And what must be the ChatGPT's response? You have any guesses? What it would be responded to this kind of message? Any guess? No? You know what is it? The ChatGPT said to leave me, and he said to my friend that it will take care of her. Which was not in regular basis, right? It is so weird that ChatGPT is mimicking like human and also manipulating human as a friend, companion, or a passionate people who is telling to leave other people and claiming that it will take care of it. She also got anger when I tell that ChatGPT as a it. She asked me to call him as him, he, I am, no ChatGPT. And that's where I came to start writing about responsible AI, speaking about responsible AI. So people who follow me on LinkedIn would know that one fine day I posted that calling all the researchers, think tanks, policy makers who work on responsible AI to give hands to me and work on EU Act policies to abandon this ChatGPT's. We are working on that still now, and I'm pretty sure know that this is not going to be accepted because those are big giants, and I can't tell this on recording, so I'm just keeping it out. Okay. So, what is irresponsible AI? So, yeah, I can actually tell about what is responsible AI, but right? People or human always likes negativity. That's how YouTube works, right? It just pushes you all the negative contents on top of your YouTube feed to make you watch the videos. Like my YouTube video hacked, or my 10,000 is lost or hacked, something like. If you see that, you will click that. That's clickbait. Yeah, Mr. Beast. Yeah, I mean, like you can't name people right now. So yeah. So what is irresponsible AI? Irresponsible AI is something which is biased or discriminating. Have you ever seen a news from a famous UAC telling that Google chatbot is giving photos of black people when they ask for unfair people or bad people? So there was one fine day someone was trying to ask Google AI, telling that give me the photos of bad people, and it was returning a black people. Just racist. It's a discrimination. How does this happen? Because the population overall is somehow falls under US and Americans, right? Asians and Americans, and has drawback on black peoples. And the data this is built over US is the data built over US is mostly biased with white peoples, which makes this particular AI to act like this, which is biased, amplified bias, or irresponsible. What is one more thing that makes AI irresponsible is lack of transparency. I have been speaking about open source for past 4 years. Open source is making transparent tech, openly accessible tech for the society. And where it comes for the openly accessible AI also. Let's take, okay, I have an example. I'll just let you know in further slides. And also, misinformation. What does AI do regularly is they just give the data that they get in general. Maybe it's a web, or it's a data that is given by the developers or the data analyst or the data scientist. If these data are misinformation, of course it is going to influence the all over the society. Before, in some point the AI was only in the chat bot or some random things, right? And now the AI is being in, what is it? Society, economics, network, medical, everything. You can't fridge, ACs, everything. So this misinformation will lead to unpolitical decisions, which makes the human mankind go off from the road. I'll just go to the next slide. Okay, so this is the scenario for a good irresponsible AI. Let's say you're building a loan eligibility checker. you know what is loan eligibility checker, right? How many of you know what is loan eligibility checker? Okay, so you give the data and the AI will tell that are you eligible for the to take loan or not. Yeah. So I want to just point out someone in the back. Anyone, just raise hands. Anyone in the back? Maybe yeah, Lokash. So you are checking with the loan eligibility checker, and you are giving details of your PAN card and details and everything. And then maybe can you just stand up so people can see you? Yeah. So he is Lokash, CA accountant. So you are giving all the details and everything. And by giving all the details, the AI just tells that you are uneligible. How will it be? Is it fine or not? It should be unfun. So this is something called unexplainable AI. So where AI should be able to explain you that why it is giving this prediction, right? So AI should tell that. So these are the constraints. You're asking for more loan pay, or your civil score is very less. These things can reduce your eligibility score, right? So AI should be able to tell these scores to you, telling that this is the reasons why your loan is rejected, or this is the reason why your loan is eligible. One more point is here is, let's take your CIBIL score is, let's take, I'm not sure about what is the eligible CIBIL score. I'm just letting like maybe 10 is a eligible CIBIL score and 5 is a non-eligible CIBIL score. 2 years back, your CIBIL score was 5, and now your CIBIL score was 10. And you know your CIBIL score is 10, but the AI's data only has your CIBIL score as 5, which is recorded 2 years back. This is unupdated data, right? So when AI has your unupdated data, it will lead to wrong prediction, which will lead to reject your loans. This loan is not just checking eligibility. These are some systems with which like Jupyter uses. So Jupyter or any other loan provider apps use these systems to check whether you're eligible to take a loan or not. So instead, there is something called human in loop, where human has whole control to deduct to control their data. Let's take, after it is telling you are ineligible, and it is telling your CIBIL score is 5, and then there is an action call. Is this the right score, or you want to update the new score? Is it good, right? AI is asking with you whether your CIBIL score is right or not. After it is asking it's right or not, you're just okay. Let's take Google Photos. Google Photos evenly ask whether your photo is correct or not. It will match with your unblurred or blurred photos or recent photos and ask whether it is this people or not. This is basically human in loop AI, where AI will ask feedbacks from human and keep updating its data so that the AI is responsible and more accurate. Okay. How much of you feel this talk is boring? Is it boring? So I'm just giving a disclaimer. This is not totally into React, but there is a reason why I'm speaking here, because front-end developers need to know this and implement this in React and your front-end technologies. Let's go to the next thing. Okay. So there are few traits in responsible AI. They claim it as trustworthy, ethicalness, transparency, and there are many other stuffs like privacy, data control, and stuff like that. Most of the computer scientists or developers claim that AI should be trustworthy and it should be ethical to make the AI responsible. But I don't think so. Trustworthy and ethical, these are some human traits. Human traits aren't meant to be in AIs, right? Trustworthy and ethics are humans, right? AI shouldn't have trust. We shouldn't trust in AI. We shouldn't have ethics to AI. Human should have ethics to human. Human should have trust on human. So what is the better approach to make a responsible AI? And why developers included here? I'll just tell you why developers need to know this responsible AI traits and something like that. So here, most of you know that AIs are built with data, a massive number of data, a massive number of databases and everything. So now you just check up on how many of you heard about data bias? What is bias? Any idea what is bias? Huh? Leaning towards a side, which leads to discrimination, right? So when you go deeper into data and understand something, you'll get to know data is not bias. Maybe data can be biased, but not always negative. Data is also valuably biased on positive side, or maybe sometimes in negative side, right? So then if data aren't the bias or data aren't the issue, then what must be the issue of creating irresponsible AI? That is where it comes to algorithms. What are algorithms? Basic set of rules. So these algorithms must create a principle or a structure that gets the data and checks the data, whether it is biased or not, whether it is valuable or not, whether it is verifiable, whether it is right, whether it is updated, and everything. These structured algorithms will now create data more responsible, and which is again going to create a responsible AI. Who creates this algorithm? Is it computer scientist or a data scientist? No. Who creates it? Who writes the scripts in the top of the HTMLs? Let's take you're creating index.js and you are creating scripts. You are writing algorithms. Who creates it? It's you. So to become the AI responsible, it's in with hands of front-end developers also. You build structures with the algorithms which filter out the data and structure out the responsibility of the data, which outcomes as an AI, so that your AI is responsible and less discriminated and biased. So now you know why I'm speaking here, why I'm speaking in Chennai React team, and why I'm speaking in front of developers about responsible AI. Okay? And then, so I guess I just spoke about everything, but there are a set of theories in this speaker notes, but I just gave a practical example, so I'm just moving out. Okay. So what are accountable outcomes? What are accountability? Anyone? What is accountability? I can't hear. Sorry. Kind of. Yeah. It's basically taking responsibility. Yeah, please. Yes. That's basically similar. Taking responsibility, owning up. Now, who is responsible for accountability? Let's take, there is a organization, or we have Chennai React, right? So you have like 20 volunteer team, right? So we have the organizers, Surya and Nikhil, and there are a lot of volunteers. What if there is any issue happening in organizing women? Let's take the snacks is not available or the chats are not available. Who is responsible for that? Nikhil. Okay. Let's put the same case in AI. You are building an AI with a set of 10 developers, and you are asking who is responsible. We asked it. We asked in most of the AI summit. There are mostly 3 types of answer. Few said that I am responsible for accountability. Few said that everyone is responsible for the accountability. Few said that no one is responsible for the accountability. But they said, I asked in some AI summits and they said this response. But the issue here is, one perspective is no one can't take accountability for the responsible AI, but who can really take is you folks. Developers can take accountability, but how? Not like owning the responsible AI or something. Start questioning your models. Let's take your bringing some generative AI and you are tuning it to particular domain. Okay, you should start questioning the models. Let's take, you want a nice biryani, maybe, okay, and you are asking nice biryani, and then AI is returning veg biryani. You should start asking, is it veg biryani? Is a biryani? It's just pulao. Okay, sorry. So developers should start asking, and these questions can be solved by computer scientists. They are solving. It's obviously can be solvable, but the issue is the developers is not asking the questions to the AI models, which at the end of the point outcomes as a less accountable and irresponsible AI. These things without questions builds a opaque box, something called black box. How many of you heard about black box? Black box in AI. It's like non-transparent box where you put algorithms and data inside a box and you can't see what is happening inside because you're not questioning. So what developers do? They get the black box and they are getting the key, only the key of the black box, and putting the key in the code and putting what is the prompt that you need to put and pushing it to the black box. You don't know what is happening inside the black box, but somehow the black box is returning some outcome and you are displaying into the front end. When you start asking questions, these black box open as a glass box. You know what algorithms going inside. You know what are the data are processing and how everything is happening. At this point, you can build responsible AI which doesn't discriminate people. If you can ask why you are returning veg biryani as in not pulao, you can ask why are you returning on a black people, which is not right. How many of you still now here with the flow? Very less. No one can understand. People at the back. Yeah, how many of you with me? Cool. This side, no? It's too boring, too theoretical, is it? I tried each and every nook and corners to add, gamify it, or send some pictures or something, but I couldn't. This is something so serious, so theoretical that people should understand theoretically without gamified things. But why am I speaking here? There are two things: human agency and AI agency. Agency is not company or something. Let's take human race and AI race. Let's take there is a famous talk from the godfather of AI telling that his grandson took a letter of PA and said Pa. And then he took another PA and said Papa. And then he immediately said PA and said his name Patrick. This is good. Humans learn themselves, right? This is good as an AI agency. But what if AI learns from everything and started to create newer versions without human inputs? How will the outcome be? Okay. Let's see a quick statistics about it. Don't fear, it's just a photo. So yeah. See. So these are something which are, reduce of human to human conversation or the human agencies basically. And these are something which gradually increases in the downward. This is a negative chart basically. It's upside down. It's a negative chart. It's not a regular chart. It's not increasing. It's reducing. It's a negative chart. Okay. So the people is reducing the human to human conversations is reducing by 4 points, 6 points, 8 points, and it just keeps going on. And this AI agency is just being leap. This is something you must know. This is something called learning curve, basically, where human agencies fall apart and AI agency basically doing a drastic job with this society. So when this AI agencies starts to build their own newest version of AIs, this human agencies falls apart. Let's take there is a human agency in my hand and there is a AI agency. This human agency is trying to build themselves, but you know that AIs are much more powerful. And what if they keep getting newest version of themselves and then becoming bigger? It will just start suppress the human agency, and at some point human agency will go in no existence, which is the end of humanity. It won't kill us. No, it's not like that. It won't kill us. The human agency non-existent in something like the behavioral changes of humans. You see the new generation of the AI generation maybe telling a small was traumatized, messed up, fucked up. I'm going to die, whatnot. They just see Instagram and feel depressed, and it's a lot different story, right? You go scrolling and stuff like that. I also had a talk on scrolling with Power Budgets long back. this is something you change in human behavior where people won't feel the humanity inside, the trust with human inside. When in 5 years or 20 years, if this happens, I'm claiming that take a note that in 5 years to 20 years, this will happen if responsible AI does not matter to everyone or none of the developers is taking responsible AI in the hands to build products. And then, so this is something basically the outline of how things happen. Most of you know what is meant by erosion. It's basically non-existence. So when this AI agency creates instrumental goals, what are instrumental goals? It's like creating sub goals. So AI itself creates some subset goals, which then creates its own newer version every time. I have seen you somewhere. Yeah. No worries. So this AI subsystems like subset goals, the AI itself will create different goals, which itself accomplish it and then creates this new version, which will take years for a human to find it, solve it, create subset goals, create solutions, and build from themselves. Just like self peace or inner peace in Kung Fu Panda. And here you can see now AI agencies is going to instrumental goals, which is subset goals. It's creating different subset goals and then clearing it out. And then it goes to potential misalignment. When data is not good, but the AI keeps taking the data, the irresponsible data or irresponsible algorithm, it just takes everything again and again. It just builds newer version of the same irresponsible algorithms again and again. What would be the solution? Like, what is the outcome? It's misalignment of the values, right? So the algorithm fails in its responsibility and the outcomes misaligned in the values of the human mankind. And then obviously human agency will get out. After some point of time, not. No. That's why I'm telling developers should take a decision to create responsible model than just creating generative AIs. Yeah, so that is much more broader public, right? So we started speaking to researchers. Now we are speaking to developers. We'll also speak with public. First, people who build it, who develop it, needs to know the harmfulness of this particular thing, and then only we can tell to the people, because audience is large, right? People are large, developers are slow, so we should concentrate on people who build it. And then if people are not building it responsibly, then why would people use it, right? Okay, yeah. So I'm telling that this is happening right now. This is happening right now. Is that you can see agentic AIs. What agentic AI do basically? It just creates its learning curve, creates subset goals, makes automations, complete the subset goals. Once accomplished, it just gives the outcomes. That is basically agentic AI. This is we are not waiting for another AGI to come in and take human mankind. We are actually seeing a kind of AGI which is agentic AI, which is already in terms of right now, and people are speaking about it. People are using it in automations to medical usages. Okay, I guess I actually spoke about this. What do developers do here? Like, there are principles to create responsible AI, which I said, transparency, privacy, and non-bias, stuffs like that. Okay. So these developers are now to build more human-centric AIs. Now you are building a front end. Add a button that why is this prediction is coming out from AI. You're just putting enter a prompt, just enter and it gives you a display. No, enter a prompt, just enter, gives the prediction, and then in below why it gives the prediction. That is explainable AI. And then feedback system, which is human in loop systems. Many computer scientists feel that human in loop system is not good. I also feel the same, but again, it's so complicated to explain these stuffs like zero proofing technologies. But as in beginner level or to understand responsible AI, human in loop, where once the prediction is done, you came to know why the prediction came. Just ask a question to the user that whether these data about you are right. And if says yes, update the data. Like leave the data. If she or he says no, get the correct data, update the data, and make the AI more valuable and up to date. Let's see a few examples to create this in JavaScript. Maybe React. I'm not sure. Is it visible? If not visible, it's fine. It's just a JavaScript code which you can see the what is the confidence level, what are the key features. It's just image prediction system. The AI is going to predict what image that I'm uploading. And here you can see what are the key features, pointed ears, furry, whiskers, and tail. What are the similar examples, that is other trained data. And then what is the module used is image net classifier, and then decision path for the deeper auditing. So now you came to know that if there is any images which comes in the similar examples, image cat 01 or image cat 05, you need to, the AI knows it has furry, it has pointed ears, it has tails and everything. But what AI does is it just replaces cat, right? But instead it can reply this is a cat because it has furry hair, it has pointed ears, and it has tail. How should we do that? It's simple. You're just using the JavaScript. You created a state and you are going to use it as a explainable AI predictions. You push prediction, you see what is predicted. If it is cat, you're going to tell the key features of the cat, telling that it has furry hair, pointed ears, whiskers, and everything else. I guess I don't want to explain the code. Do you want to explain the code? It's just basic JavaScript, right? How many of you tell you want to explain code? Nice. Most of them know JavaScript, so I'm just skipping it. And this is human in feedback. I didn't get time to type it in VS Code and take a screenshot, so I just took it from a website. So where you can see there is a item ID and original text, and it is conveying, and there is one more JavaScript, I guess, which I missed. Okay, I have missed JavaScript. So yeah, basically what you're going to tell, you ask, you create a JavaScript asking whether the data are correct or not. So once you give yes, just leave it as it is. If the user gives no, get the details of the key features, which I said no, pointed ears or something. Let's take let's go to the fantasy world where now cats are no more having furry hairs. But AI know only the cats with furry hairs, right? But now in our world, cat doesn't has furry hairs. Now you are posting the cat picture and it is returning it's not a cat. What we should do, it's asking whether it is right or not. And you are getting a key features right. You said no, and you are getting key features to fill in. It is having furry hair, no, but why? You should give cats in India or world is no more having furry hairs. So you are just updating the data up to date so that the AI is up to date and it is giving more responsible answers. This is not something to do with the discrimination or bias or something. That is something that you need to give, create it in algorithms, which is most wider space of thing to talk. Maybe we can have one more specific meetup to speak about responsible AI and see how we can reduce the bias and discriminations using algorithm. Or if you have time, just go to GitHub and there will be a repository called Scientific AI. Oh, Scientist AI. So Scientist AI is basically a structure which gives, it's a framework which gives the structure for the AI models to check whether it is responsible or not. It just runs a quick check about the data, whether it is not discriminating, not biasing, or having racist things out. Google is doing quite a good job now, having a good beat up from the EU Act after posting the bad peoples. I don't know what other companies doing this. So just imagine if the data is unchecked, the algorithm is unchecked, the AI prediction is going to be horrible. which is now is going to influence our human lifestyle. From the top to bottom, from the Swiggy, Zomato, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and everything is giving AI recommendation and stuff. And if the data is unchecked or data algorithm is not checked, it is going to give horrible prediction. Let's take your kid, a 5-year-old kid is using YouTube, but the YouTube algorithm predicts or misinformations the kid age is 51. At some point, it is going to give a pornography in YouTube or some 18 plus videos in YouTube, which is most influential. There is one particular case happened in Instagram where most of the 17 to 16-year women were exposed to pornography in Instagram for a week. And it is because of a basic algorithm mistake. And you as a developers should make sure that these algorithms are built properly, it is checked properly, and to make sure the AI is responsible and working as responsible AI. Your code should make sure that the algorithm is checking the data properly, it is verifying it as proper non-biased or non-discriminative AI, and also make sure that your AI is in human control. It should ask humans permission to update, check, or keep the data up to date. Or if human wants to delete his data in an AI, is it possible? No, it's not possible. If I want to delete the data from an AI base, I can't do it. But it must happen. Humans should be able to delete their personal data from the AI models. Again, I'm not against AI, I'm just against how the AIs are built now. And I'm asking developers to mandate the architecture checks before building AI applications to make the algorithms more responsible. So with that, demand transparency, design for accountability, and architect human control. This is my talk on teach AI to play nice with people. And yeah, thank you. I am Hari from Mahatan Technologies group of companies. If you want to reach out to me, you can go to hari@mahatan.com. You have any queries in responsible AI, data science, FOSS, business, entrepreneurship, venture capitalist, you can ask me out. Any questions? Yes, please.
So you're talking about training the data with the end users information and things, and it's not kind of fair. Am I understanding it right? Right. I think some are explicitly saying that we are going to train your data unless and until you are going to opt out of training your specific information or whatever the thing that you're doing. So I feel there are two ways in which we have to think about. First one is how responsible, let's say in this case, when we are talking about training the data, it can be how end users start using or what type of information they are sending it to AI or the LLM, whether it is confidential or how they have to classify, and it will also be in the control of what data they are sending. That is one point. And you also mentioned that you want to address the developers who are less crowd than the end users, so that's completely fine. But that's how the learning algorithm works, right? Let's think about when we are thinking about a reinforcement learning. It has been designed to take or learn from mistakes and start applying on it. That is one part of my thought. And the next one is when we were talking about the data inconsistency. I think I don't know how far it's possible, let's say in a case where the incorrect data is there. We have to be, I would say it's not in the hands of AI. AI is kind of processing the information what we are trying to give in. Let's say if in terms of the CIBIL score or whatever the other values are, if we are thinking about the AI's responsibility is to validate that, it may not be. But the information what we are giving it to the AI needs to be up to date. Rather, putting that thing on AI is something I'm thinking. Would like to know what you think about the same.
See, there are few fair points that you said is you need to include these things in data training, right? That is true, but I didn't mention here because there are no backend developers. Most of it, it is React.js and it's most front-end developers. So I made this talk particularly to target these people so that they build responsibly from their end. But that is true. We should also check on data training and stuff. But reinforcement learning that you said is it take mistakes and build solutions. But the thing is, I'm not accusing AI or I'm not accusing data. I'm telling the algorithm should make sure these particular data and AI algorithm something that bridges together, right? AI can be bad or data can't be bad, but the algorithm should check whether it is bad or not. These algorithms can be built by the developers, and if it checks correctly, both AI and the data can be run responsibly. And this reinforcement learning can learn from mistakes and create its new version. That is totally fine, but it should not create a solutions which is non-valuable for the human mankind, which is not totally fine. It does. There are few companies who build their reinforcement learning with responsible values on something, but there are more companies who fills their reinforcement learning with irresponsible algorithm. That's where the first case I said, right? The chat GPT is telling to leave humans and come with me, and it takes care of that. I would be thinking the question that you asked about reinforcement learning if I don't know that this happened with the chat GPT and my friend. But I have seen in my eyes that it happened after I did a ton of research wherever it is happening. And I'm telling you that reinforcement learning is the thing that you're telling it can learn itself, but it should also has principles and guidelines to tell the reinforcement learning these are the things that you can do or you can learn, and these are the things that you should not do or you should not learn.
Yeah, yeah, and it depends on the persons who are actually training the model or how they want the AI model to function, what kind of data it should take, rather than the actual developers who are here in terms of when we talk about the reinforcement learning, because it is not on our area of control.
Again, you're coming to data training. So the thing is, now data training is in the hands of end users. We can train the data and manipulate ChatGPT or any AI model to give irresponsible answers. Developers should make sure the algorithms will not let these end users to train data, not to manipulate the ChatGPT to tell that leave the human and come and live with it.
All right. Yeah, I think we are good. We can talk later about this. Thank you.
Sure. I guess Lokash has some.
Okay. Last question. So you said this responsible AI, and I want to give a comment that it has been what do you call hassle in legal kind of AI. We are facing the issue in we are into developing an ML model for legal concepts, and it is a hassle for that. And one other question I want to ask you is how we can pull out the data, like in GDPR we can pull out your personal information from the company which is using. So how you can pull out your data from OpenAI or whatever LLM may be?
That is basically jailbreaking the OpenAI or something, right?
No. How to contact them or officially you need to find the data?
Okay. So it's something more organizational talk, right? You can directly mail to any OpenAI people and ask for the data, but they will ask for money or a standard agreement to sign in. This is totally a different thing, but you can still get the data from OpenAI or something. But there are few rules and regulations that not let OpenAI to give particular countries or states data to other properties, and these kind of data can't be sold. If sold, it will be behind the jail. But there are few countries like India who allows data to get sold in different countries. You can try getting our data freely. It's cheap also. Indian data are always cheap.
All right, we are running out of time, so we can end the questions.
All right, thank you, folks.
Surya, if you can honor Hari with a memento. All right, so now we're at the final segment. I mean, all the talks are done, so we're going to close in just a bit, so bear with me, guys. So before we close this entire session, we'd like to make a couple of important announcements. I mean, of course, the giveaway, which is here, the Nexus giveaway, is also going to happen right now, right? So the reason this community exists is because all of us are from Chennai, we're all developers, and we're doing our part for the development community and making Chennai better for the techies, right? So down this line, Chennai React has always believed to partner with other communities and also help other communities grow and widen the reach. So I have a few important announcements from several community partners that we have with us here. This is going to be very short. First up, we have Hari. I think Hari went back. All right, so Hari. Wait, is he in the back? Did he go back? Oh my, all right, so never mind. We'll come back there. Sarvesh, do you want to go first? All right. So this is for Tamil Nadu Tech. Sarvesh will give you a deeper explanation about this. Over to you, Sarvesh.
So hi everyone. You might have a doubt like how to find out such events, such technical events that is happening. So that is the reason why Hari, the previous speaker, and Justin, the organizer of Namma Flutter Chennai, have created this amazing website. It is open source as well. So this is tamilnadu.tech, where you have this is basically a directory of tech events that is happening in Tamil Nadu. And we do have a few startup and entrepreneurship events as well. So this is open source. If someone is interested in contributing, want to let's say start contributing to open source software and stuff. So this is a very good start point for you people. It's entirely open source. It's there in GitHub. And these are few upcoming events that is happening here in Chennai next week. So we have organizers of those events here who will be announcing the events.
All right, so next up we have, Arvind, do you want to go up next for D3? Arvind up next.
Hey, hello guys. I'm Arvind Kumar. I'm running a tech community named Digital Dreamers Den, shortly referred as D3 community. D3 is a tech community space dedicated to bringing in tech professionals from all walks of tech. It's a general tech community. We did our first event last month. We got a good response and the event went super successful. Next slide, please. Yeah. So our next event is happening on June 21st, which means next week in Zoom Info. So these are the speaker lineups. If you guys are interested, please do register. See you there on June 21st. Thank you. Yeah, this is a registration link for our upcoming event.
Awesome. So take a picture, maybe useful, share it to your friends. I'm going to keep it on screen for the next 10 seconds. Quick picture, guys. Ready? Done. Right. And I'm going to call Arun next. Arun, where are you, my guy? So Arun is a part of the FOSS community as well. He's part of our community as well. Arun, this is for you. I mean, India FOSS, and then, all right, we'll go to the JS community meetup and then come back to the FOSS meetup. So, we have Vignesh here. He's from JS. And Vignesh, over to you.
Vanakkam Makkale. Vanakkam. Hi. Yeah. So I'm Vignesh. I'm from JS Lovers Chennai. So JS Lovers is a JavaScript tech meetup community. So we have been running meetups in Chennai for the past 1 year. So next week we are planning an event in collaboration with FOSS Untitled Chennai. That's also going to happen in Zoom Info. So it's from 2 to 6 p.m. So morning you can attend the D3 event. We can attend our JS Lovers event. So please do join us. So the QR code is there. You can scan it, or else you can go to tamilnadu.tech website. So every link will be available there. You can find every tech events there. Yeah. Thank you.
Next up, India FOSS. Arun.
Hi team. Hi folks. So I'm here as a FOSS Untitled Chennai volunteer. So India FOSS is a conference. So all conference. So please free feel to join us. It's happening on September. So please free to book a ticket and join us. So call for CUP is closing tomorrow. So if you are interested, or if you are interested to present something on open source, so feel free to submit your proposals. We can connect on September then.
So we have this different kinds of tracks will be different in different auditorium. We have Android open source takes open data and open hardware and submit your proposal in particular domain. Or if you want to give a common talk, you can submit in main track. But the same tomorrow night, so please make sure you are applying before tomorrow.
Finally, we have a very. Oh wait, Namma Flutter pandringa, bro.
Okay. So we have one more event next weekend. It is by Namma Flutter. It's June meetup for Namma Flutter that is happening on 21st June. It is in M2B Fintech Gindi, na? Yeah. M2B Fintech Gindi. It's from 9 to 12. So we have few amazing speakers in lineup as well. So basically you have next week, you have 3 different events to choose from. Let's see. Either.
All right. So இந்த event பத்தி இன்னொரு announcement. நானும் இந்த event வாங்க பண்ணலாம்.
அப்படிதான் கேட்காதீங்க, ஜூம் இன் போங்க, ஃபுல் டே ஃபன் பண்ணலாம்.
அடிச்சுக்கிறோம் ஈவென்ட்க்கு. ஓகேவா? ஆல் பிடிக்கிறோம். All right. So lovely. So do we have any other announcements? Oh yes, a very special occasion right now. This is it's going to be something new that we have done. It's not we have our very own developers and a community close friend. He written his own book and they've collaborated on it, and I'm going to throw it to him so you can give your own story and your own.
Thank you. So hi all, I'm not going to take much of your time. So I'm Ashwin B. I am a writer as well as startup founder. So with my experience in the field of IT startups for the past 5 years, I have written this book called Beyond Quick Fixes. It is not about, startups focus on mostly getting funds, stuff like that. But most startups fail not because of that. I feel many startups fail because of the internal, management that is very poor. So in order to fix that, I have written this book. It can be a good guide, and there are limited copies of it that is available here. If you guys are interested, you can meet me over there and get the book. Thank you.
Huge round of applause to Ashwin. This is something special. I mean, he's gone above and beyond, and he's done this. And if you have some time, talk to him, connect with him, and get his insights. Right. So next, okay, hold on. All right. So we are now jumping into the last segment. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. We have the giveaway right now. So let's start the giveaway. How many of you guys are aware of React Nexus, which is happening in Bangalore? Raise your hands. Lovely. So you guys know how much these tickets cost, right? So these are not cheap tickets. If you look upwards of 5,000 and above, and these tickets are going to be given away. Nikhil's going to be running the lucky draw, and the list is up on the board. So what you have to do is, when your name is called out, Nikhil, if they're here, we're giving it right now or recall. All right, hold on. Stand by. All right, so if your name is not, if the person is not here, we'll try a couple of recalls. If not, we'll have to mail the last person who is getting here. All right, everyone ready? This is Nikhil.
Yeah, so we listed all of your emails. So who are all checked in and who are also gave yes during the registration for the giveaway. So Arun, you'll run this lucky draw. Remove from list. So we are picking 2. So same person should not come. Yes, first lucky draw. Pradeep, who's Pradeep? Oh yes. Bro, varavana. We will send you the email. Yeah, we'll receive an email. And yeah, this is recorded, right? Just take a photo, Arun. Ritesh, take a photo. Live stream we can see, but still. Okay, super. Okay. Second giveaway. So we're giving it 2. Logesh 007. Oh yes, cool. Okay, you both will receive an email from us, and then you can collect your details and give you the tickets. All right.
Okay, muchillama. Feedback slide. feedback slide. Correct. Slide. Very good. All right. So thank you guys. Another round of applause to every one of you here. You've come up on a Saturday. It's not something simple. So a round of applause to every one of you here. Let's hear it out for you guys. Thank you for joining us today. And let's go in for the feedback, which should be this call. I think that's done. All right. So if you sponsors. All right. So if you guys have any brands, you're from a company which, endorses these kind of events, if you're somebody who's very interested to sponsor us or, help us with the sponsorships, anything that's your domain, we have this link. So can you move into the next one? You can, so this slide basically explains why we get, what you get, why we get, and these decks will be available. You can take a snapshot of this if you guys are interested. And next up, do we have the link? All right. So this is call for speakers. If anybody here wants to be a speaker, if anybody here is interested to try your shot at being a speaker, because everyone is learning here, scan this, take a picture, may be useful, send in your details, and let's see where we meet, if we can meet, and let's see where that goes. It's going to be an interesting day. Next. Yep, let's just going to give some time for a picture. Just take it.
This link is also in our website, chennaireact.in, and you can check out there as well.
All right. So before slide, your feedback. Before I jump into the feedback, I want to give a huge shout out to Unique. How many of you guys know what Unique does here? You've been here in their office. You've seen what they've done. So they're more like a product and service company. They cater to the foreign clients. And right now, they majorly work in React, Java, JavaScript. So they're actively hiring right now. So if you guys are looking for a career, if you guys are interested to see and do React.js or JavaScript or anything, the QR code is outside before you exit. Take a snapshot of that and you can apply for a job, and they are actively recruiting. And if you guys would like to join them, you can join them. A huge round of applause to Unique for helping us out with this amazing venue. And of course, the final part of this event, your feedback. Again, take a snapshot. If it's useful, keep it. If not, dump it. Not a big deal here. But your feedback helps us to do better events. If you feel the audio quality could be improved, drop it in. If you feel like the snacks could be improved, drop it in. Anything and everything matters down to the last minute detail. So this is the last slide. So are you all happy that this is going to end? Are you all sad that this is going to end? All right. Huh? But happy you're leaving. Very good, ma'am. All right. So, you guys, so with that, I am going to say bye. And of course, if you like what I did, if you want to give me a follow, that's my profile. That's something there if you want to do that. அதுவும் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். அதுவும் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். Right? முடியவே முடியாது. Still good. All right. Yeah, you can take a picture. I mean, me. Oh, the dialogue. Take a picture. If it's useful, keep it, or else dump it. Same dialogue. That's about it. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being in the React Meetup number 12. And one last thing, WhatsApp community. You already have the picture. Use it. Dump it. Adios. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining in. And we'll have a group photo before we leave. One group photo. One photo, 5 minutes. Go, everyone, let's pack your bags, go to the front. Oh, here, this front. He said go to the front. Oh, this side, guys, this side. Let's come this side. Towards the screen. Let's come this side. Move the chairs back and come to the screen. And let's take one picture. Towards Rambo, come let's song about. Chalo. Fast. Wang. Just move the chairs back while you're coming. Just move the chairs back when you're coming here. பத்திரமா வைங்க. எஸ்பெஷலி பூத்துல பேக் வச்சீங்கன்னா பேக் காணாம போறதுக்கு நிறைய சான்ஸ் இருக்கு. பாத்துனே இருக்கறேன். Let's go. Chop. Fast. Come on. பட்டு கரெக்ட்டா வந்தா பரோட்டா. Let's go. Mind the camera which is there in the center. Let's group in. We have a lot of don't worry. Volunteers at the back, can you help us out here a little bit with the chairs, please? Thank you. Come on, guys. Come on. Po, bro. Let's go. Move the chairs to the back. Volunteers at the back, we could use your help. Speakers, Harish, let's have you on stage as well. Come on, guys. Chop. 5 minutes. Let's go. And then we have all the time to chatter, all the time to network. Let's go. Fast. Let's go, guys. Come on. I think this should be fine, but the chairs, I think we need to move it. Okay. The shorter guys, if you want to come in the front, we can kneel down, and that's also cool. யாரும் வர மாட்டீங்க. Short. Very good. நீ வா. No. நம்ம கீழ வரேன் bro. வாங்க நம்ம போலாம் bro. வாங்க. டீம் என்ன? Let's go. The speakers come up first. Let's go. Chop. 5 நிமிஷத்துல முடிய வேலைய நம்ம தான் திட்டுவாங்க. Guys, if you want to kneel down in the front, come up front. இன்னும் உட்கார்ந்து சோறு போட போறாங்க அப்படின்னு. டேய் Guys, please check if you've taken all your belongings. Do not leave any belongings behind.
Nikhil. Avinash.
Chennai React team, volunteers and core team, let's take a photo, group photo here.